Hi. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as you come in. Today, I actually intended to have just the topic on screen, which is the TAYE ARIMORO and PEGGY OVIRE topic, but a few things have popped up. And of course, as you know, I like to do updates on previous shows that I have covered. But this time, I'm actually doing updates even on shows that I haven't covered. So I'm doing a quick Two-Face Idibia updates. Jempa, Ned. For those that don't know what Jempa is Gen Z grandpa, pretty much. And then Burna Boy, which I do have a full video on the Burna Boy current issue with his American tour and all of that stuff. And of course, we covered Two-Face Idibia on here yesterday. And even Uncle Ben's show that he finished a couple minutes ago, less than an hour ago, he also covered Two-Face towards the end. But obviously, this is just my own thought and my own, my own spin on things. But the major topic for today is TAYE ARIMORO and PEGGY OVIRE. As you can see, the sub topics are Nollywood, injustice, fame, and feud. Hi, Zainab. Good evening. Welcome. Hi, Zeno. Good evening, Auntie Abby. Your princess cousin not here. Amen. Which one is that one again? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Hi, Sister Rose. Good evening. Welcome, sis. Thanks for coming. Okay. We don't have that many people in yet. I'm going to give it a few. Hi, Zeno. I'm going to give a few minutes, I guess, and then I will begin with the updates. I actually went to the office today, and it was such a long day. It's always a long day every time I go into the office. And just a little rant while we wait for some people to come into the room. I feel like the UK is never prepared for weather changes, right? It's almost like they don't understand. It's November, it's December. We're meant to have winter. Like, you already know you're a country that has various weathers. I feel like they're never prepared. It's raining. Oh, the train tracks are not working. This one is happening. That one is happening. Bro, it's winter. It's always raining in the UK. What is the issue? You should be prepared for all of these things. Any small snow. Oh, this one cannot happen. We have to cancel the trains. Bro, you were supposed to be expecting the snow. It is winter. But yeah, it's so annoying. And then the internet as well, the Wi-Fi starts to move funny. Start you can't use your Wi-Fi. So many things are going wrong. Also, even like the actual phone network as well. You go to like a crowded area, like areas like Covent Garden, areas like Oxford Circus, Oxford Street, you can't use your phone. All of the central London, like the embankment, those areas, you can't use your phone because it's too many people. And now there's no phone service. Guys, what's going on? But anyway, that's just my little rant for today and all of the nonsense that's going on. Uncle Ben is here. Welcome, Uncle Ben. Welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, I actually have a lot more. Sister Rose is saying the breakdown of a system. Damn. Honestly, Sister Rose actually doesn't even make any sense. It's been happening for years, and I'm like, what's going on, guys? And right now, with all of our phone networks as well, it seems like it's one company that owns all, which is British BT, British Telecoms. At this point, they're buying over everything. They first of all bought T-Mobile. Now they've bought EE, and it's like obviously the issue is there's no competitors. There's no competitors. If there was competition, maybe people would sit up. But anyway, that's not the topic of today. It's just like rants, extra gist, just because I mean this is Recap Central. If I don't give you guys gist, who will? Anyway, I'm going to get into the updates before we get into the proper show of the day. And for our very first update, we are going to be talking about um Two-Face. So we're going to do Two-Face first. It's already saying, wow, they are turning into. I don't understand, especially since this Brexit. Anyway, we'll rant about that another day. Two-Face updates. We're going to talk about Two Baba. You guys, Nigerians have nicknamed Two Baba Two Pikin. Nigerians are rude. Nigerians are rude because who the heck is Two Pikin? Our own legend. You guys are calling him Two Pikin. It is well. Anyway, we're talking about Two Baba. Just quick updates. As we know, good evening, Zainab. Thanks for coming. As we know, the Edo State invites Two Mama, Natasha Osaworo, and apparently she's been given 7 days to appear before its ethics committee for questioning over viral video. I mean, some people are a bit annoyed, saying, what is the assembly's business? It's his private matter. But I think that usually there's an expectation as to conduct that is expected, right? Where how members of the House of Representatives are concerned. However, where was the same energy for the Senate House and Ned Nwoko? Because I don't want to go there, but again, it's a man's world, right? It is an extremely patriarchal system, as we know. And I'm wondering if you can call Natasha or summon Natasha. What happened to Ned Nwoko? Ned Nwoko, in my opinion, as it stands, is actually worse than Ned. Sorry, it's not as bad as Ned. Ned is actually worse than Natasha. Sorry. Same thing with Akpabio as well. Where was his energy for the men? But if we get into it now, it's not become a case of every time feminism, misogyny. But can you see where I'm going with this? Not like I care for Natasha, but it's just something to think about. Anyway, so this is the statement that was put out. I'll just read it quickly. It says the Edo State House of Assembly has summoned the member representing Ego constituency, Honorable Natasha Irobosa, to appear before its committee on ethics and privileges within 1 week. The assembly said the lawmaker must defend herself against allegations of misconduct stemming from a viral video circulating on social media. During Tuesday's plenary, Speaker Blessing Obebako noted that the lawmaker's recent behavior had brought the House into disrepute. Honorable Natasha Irobosa has been summoned to appear before the Ethics and Privileges Committee over her recent conduct trending online. This behavior drags the image of the House into the mud, and members are expected to conduct themselves with dignity, he said. Agbegbako stressed that the assembly made up of cerebral and educated individuals would no longer condone controversies linked to the lawmaker. He directed the committee to conclude its investigation and present its finding within 2 weeks. Honorable Irobosa has been the subject of public attention in recent days after a video surfaced surrounding her in an altercation with her husband, Innocent Idibia. So I think we're on day 2 now. 5 days to go. We'll see how that turns out. Again, I do think they have a right to sanction anybody based off of whatever conduct they believe in. But again, my question here is, where was this energy for the likes of Akpabio and Ned Nwoko? Is it because she's a woman? Just saying. Anyway, so that's that. Also, a couple industry colleagues have come out to speak on Two Faces' behalf, of course. Some of them are declaring their solidarity, others are weighing in with their opinions, and some are even making jokes. Even his brother, Hyacinth Dibia, has spoken up, and he posted his lyrics and had like some sort of text over it. I will just play a video that I saw of Tenny the entertainer. As you guys know, Tenny the artist. She actually put a video out which was meant to be a kind of like a funny spin on it. So I'll just play that now.
Gist una wetin happen when Bades borrow me Lamborghini. Right now, no be even about me again. We don't go even no be one Lamborghini no fit do because we guys go use speed pick to Baba o. We see fighter jet. If you get jet, bring her come. If you get boat, bring her come. Timaya Baba, your Porsche, we go need them. KC, your Cadillac, we go need them. Baba, we dey come save you. We are coming to save you for your husband, for your wife, from your or where you dey, Baba. If you just hear speed, Baba, make I just tell you, just jackpot. And they come with Avengers like this. We they come save you, Baba, with speed, Baba. Baba, we don't know what's in the happen. We don't carry you go where we don't know. We don't even know what's in the happen again. We go need pass Lamborghini. Oh Lord, I didn't go. We are coming 10,000 back.
That was the video from Tenny. Funny. Okay, so we also had his brother as well, and his brother put up a statement. So his brother put was actually a song, but obviously I can't play the song on here, copyright issues. But his brother basically played his song in the background, and as you can see, the lyrics of the song there says, "Women, I got respect for you, even if all you got is 50 cent. Women, just pack up, etc." And then he writes over it and said, "You've always been ahead, always been brilliant. Lyrics meant to inspire, but somehow it's unfolding in real time. Painful reality. Allow us save you. Oye name. Oye name. I don't know what that is. You've been suffering for too long. God knows." I don't know why I read that as Igbo. They're not Igbo, so I don't know why I was expecting it to make sense to me. But yeah, I'm guessing, I don't know, Oye name maybe means brother or something. But yeah, that is Hyacinth Idibia, Two Faces' brother, also crying out, unfortunately, and it is so sad to see. Anyway, weren't we just chilling yesterday thinking, you know what, whatever happened on Daddy Freeze's life happened, we'll move on, let's just move on. Maybe we wouldn't hear from them for a while. Guess what happened today? Two Face posted and deleted, "Help me." And this is so strange to me because who posted this? Now, there's a lot of speculation online. People are saying, oh, maybe it's Natasha. Natasha posted it for attention. But I'm thinking it's kind of like negative attention, which she doesn't seem to like, because every time there's negative attention, they kind of have to debunk. So that wouldn't make sense. So is it Two Face that posted it? And now he had to delete it because obviously he did not sit well with Natasha. And then on the other hand, is it the management that posted it? But I'm guessing after the management called him out or came to seek for help through Daddy Freeze's platform, I'm guessing that it only makes sense to change his passwords so they have no access anymore, right? And then, so I don't know. It's just very, very weird to me, honestly, you know. And then a couple minutes later, of course, he deletes this, which is not the first time he's doing this. And actually, Funny Bone, who is like a comedian, actually replied this saying, "Guys, Two Face is fine. His phone was hacked. He is doing fine." And I'm like, his phone was hacked again. And it's very funny because to me, Funny Bone gets involved. I don't want to hear justice for Two Face from this man's mouth, though, because this kind of thing, like, if you're not sure, just it's better to not take his side and just sit this one out rather than coming to say that his phone was hacked. Because it's not only Two Face that's on Instagram that will be hacking his phone all the time, right? Remember, last time, that's what he said as well. After doing that video, well, now we know that it's his management. After he did that video talking about calling Annie Macaulay, he now came and said, "My Instagram account has been hacked. Efforts are being carried out to take back control. One love." But obviously, now we know from Kaka and Tosan that it was them that did this damage control before Two Face came again and did that other video where he was "na me talk am, na me be too baba." So it's just like every time hacks accounts come on, like it no longer makes sense. Anyway, here's the video of Two Face talking, telling us to stay calm and basically trying to debunk in a sense. Here it is.
Um, this is getting out of hand, and this is a dangerous situation right now. I know what fans can do. I know what people can do. I am perfectly okay. You understand what I'm saying? And this is putting Natasha at risk. It's not fair on anybody to do this kind of thing. It's not fair on anybody at all. So please, I need everybody to calm down. I need everybody to cease fire. We want to resolve all these issues. People will get issue for house, not today. But this is getting out of hand. Please, friends, family, everybody, cease fire. Please, I beg you. I beg you. I am perfectly fine. I did not pull that. Please. Please. I'm okay. Please. This is getting out of hand. And this is a dangerous situation right now. I know what fans can do. I know what people can do. I am perfectly okay. You understand what I'm saying? And this is putting Natasha at risk. It's not fair on anybody to do this kind of thing. It's not fair on anybody at all. So please, I need everybody to calm down. I need everybody to cease fire. We want to resolve all these issues. People will get issue for house, not today. But this is getting out of hand. Please, friends, family, everybody, cease fire. Please, I beg you. I beg you. I am perfectly fine. I did not pull that. Please. Please. I'm okay. Please.
Honestly, I actually don't have much to say on this matter. I feel like it is what it is. I've said before that I think it can be very deep. I think we need to consider the fact that fame seems to be harder than we, you know, think or we believe to handle, but we wouldn't know because, we're not famous, I guess. There's a reason why people say it's lonely at the top and all of these sort of statements that we hear about, fame. So for me, I honestly wish to face the best. Of course, initially I felt the way I felt about him. I don't care. He's done what he's done. I think this is karma. Because like Uncle Ben even said earlier, Two Face has hurt a lot of women. And these are even women that we know of. Imagine those that we have no idea about, right? Imagine those that maybe are not public figures or haven't come out to speak or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So honestly, it is what it is, and I wish him the best. And I really, really do empathize with him because I can imagine that he feels stuck. At the end of the day, even if it's a case of substance abuse, that in itself is a sickness. Is a sickness. So either way, there's something wrong. And I hope that he's man enough. He's 50. So I hope that he's man enough to get the help that he needs, get up and leave the toxic situation. And most especially, I don't even think the solution, because I've seen talks about, oh, would Annie take him back? Should Annie, all of that stuff. I don't even think that's the point. I don't think that is about being with somebody. I think he should sit with himself. I think he should go for therapy. I think that he should look after himself and not even bother about anybody else, not Annie, not a new woman, and not Natasha. And I was talking to somebody last night about this situation, and I was on a phone call and I realized that there's something about PR. I talk about this all the time. Nigerian in the Nigerian entertainment space, I don't think PR is taken seriously at all. Because do you know that while I was prepping for this show, I couldn't find one nice, proper, professional, whether it's studio, whether it's outdoor picture of Two-Face that has been done recently. And I don't understand why, because these things matter. I always say that if you're a footballer, yes, by all means, your football fans may be enough for you, but other people could buy into you in other ways, whether it's the way you dress, whether it's your charity work, whether it's your wife. For instance, the likes of David Beckham. I don't care about football, but I've bought into David Beckham because of his wife, Victoria Beckham, because she's a fashion girl. She has a fashion line and all of that stuff, right? There's so many people like that. I say this all the time where I love Tiwa Savage, but you'd be surprised that I don't love Tiwa Savage for her music. I love her for her fashion. That is now me, that is what I have bought into. So I say this to say that I feel like I was very shocked knowing Kaka and Tosan as well are part of his team. I can imagine he has other people that are part of his management. Yes, Kaka looks relatively young. And of course, being young does not mean that you have great ideas or you have amazing ideas, especially because Two-Face is a legend. He's 50 and he has to compete with all of these young boys. But I was very shocked to discover that I couldn't even find nice, clean, well thought out, well taken pictures for Tubaba. And it just hit me that there's very little work being done where his image is concerned. So think about it. Sometimes when an artist is in controversy, their art can speak for them. He's not doing anything recently. So the only thing we're talking about is him and his wife, him and his family drama. When quite frankly, I'll give an example with Davido. When Davido was messing up that period, I remember me particularly, I'm a Davido fan. I was disappointed, but I kept on saying, nothing concern me concern David Adeleke. My only concern is Davido, the artist, right? But it's because he was giving me art. He was giving me, whatever he does for his work for me to focus on. So I think that Two-Face, I appreciate Kaka and Tosan for their hard work and coming out to speak. But I think Two-Face really needs a better team. Generally, I think Two-Face needs image. I don't know the word. He needs something. I don't know. There's just something off. Again, I know that it takes. Most people will tell you, music industry will tell you that it takes 10 years. After 10 years, the average musician is done. But I don't believe that. We have a lot of artists that have done a good 30 years plus, right? Even abroad as well. We have the likes of Beyonce, we have the likes of Usher, even in Nigeria as well. And I was speaking to this person as well about even the likes of Sonia Ade and them lots where yes, they're not in our faces all the time, but whenever they go for their weddings, one is one. I spoke about the likes of Flavor, where Flavor will never be broke because Flavor is getting at least 3 weddings in the East every weekend and he's charging nothing less than about 10 million naira. That's 30 million naira in a weekend at the minimum, not including his studio work, not including anything else, not including collaborations, not including shows. So sometimes you might have to carve out something for yourself. There's no reason why Baba cannot be singing African Queen and If Love is a Crime at Weddings and stuff like that. If he really had PR, that favors him. That's just my opinion. But I just found it very strange. No nice pictures online of Two-Face. I don't get it. Even in social media, and when he has like 40 posts at the moment, that does not work for a public figure. I don't get the angle. Anyway, Uncle Dio is here. Hi, Uncle Dio. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Uncle Dio.
Good evening, Abby. How are you? Can
I'm
you hear
fine,
me?
thank you. I can hear you very well.
Thank you very much. So, thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Do you have anything to add to this two-face wahala before I move on to grandpa, I mean Jempa, Ned?
I actually have something to say because we are talking about something very, very critical about Two Face's career.
Mm,
Two Face has not had this kind of a image launderer, people that will like project your image out there. Maybe because he doesn't think it is necessary, or maybe because he thinks that his fame alone should be survive. I mean, should have sufficed for him.
mm,
However, um, publicity, uh, to be a celebrity, it takes a whole bunch of you. Your publicist must be on point. Um, what these people that normally dresses you up, what do you call them? They
stylist.
must be on, your stylist must be on point. Then your PA, your personal assistant must always be on top of his game or
Mm,
be on top of our game at all times, keeping your appointment and all this. Then your social media team, their own is just to be anything that you are doing, they want to be pushing it out there. This is
mm,
what makes you remain relevant over time. But unfortunately, I don't want to say Two Face belongs to the old school era of musicians that just rose up from grass to grace. But even them, okay, now, take for instance, now, can you compare the publicity of Davido, Whiskey, Burna Boy, and uh, all these Nigerian stars? Can you compare them with that of Two Face? Because you will hardly find much about him on social media. But all these people, they bank on social media and they are trending with it. So to me, he has a lot of work to do in that area. That's number one. Number two, when you are not working with the right team, sometimes it goes a long way to dent your image as a public figure. As a public figure, you must know that it's all about your image.
mm.
Everything is about your image. You are as relevant as your next image. So for you not to even have image out there, or for you not to even have kind of presence out there on social media, is a big minus to your career. So he needs to work on that. So not even going into all this issue of his personal life, but as a professional, as a as a star, as a musician, all these things comes to play. I don't even know the last time that I visited this page because there's nothing to go and see there. So these are the issues.
Yeah.
These are the issues. So to me, if he really wants to like get back on track and be competitive enough in this new age, he has to get back to work on his team, on his social media status and everything. And
Mm.
I think that will go a long way to really project him as an artist. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I agree with you, Uncle Dio, because at the end of the day, if I feel like if we even had that, I think even all of these things would not be as trendy. Of course, he will always trend because he's a celebrity, but we have nothing else about Two Face besides this his marriage. And again, the only reason why this is even being talked about is because I was looking for really, really nice pictures of Two Face. I found a lot for Burna Boy. I found a lot. Like, I mean, obviously, when you're doing thumbnails, you're looking for images all the time. And I'm like, what kind of pictures are these? He was always wearing glasses as well, sunglasses. I'm like, Two Face, let us see your eyes. And that's what I'm just like, what is going on? And it made me realize that this guy needs not just a younger team, he needs a team that is vibrant, a team that has good ideas. There's a reason why a lot of companies now will tell you they want to employ Gen Z, because most of the time they will tell you that Gen Z, they have very fresh ideas, they have new ideas, they have ideas that they know will sell right now because this is Gen Z era, TikTok, whatever, you know. And I'm seeing his counterparts abroad, the likes of all them 50 Cent and them, they're still in the game. You have to find something that works for you. So I don't know, but good luck to Two Face. Again, I don't really have much to say about the issue. I hope that he leaves and he lives in one piece. And again, it's not even about coming back. He should just leave Annie alone. He should focus on himself and focus on his career. So that's what I'm going to say. Hi, Sister Natu. Good evening. Welcome. Now, next, we're going to be talking about our favorite Gen Z grandpa, aka we call him Jempa. Jempa Ned. That is what's called Gen Z grandpa. I have never seen anybody that likes social media, any grandpa that likes social media the way this man, Ned Nwoko, loves social media. He loves Zeno is our favorite because I don't know any other Jempa. Do you know Jempa? I don't know any other Jempa. So he's the only one and only. He loves social media so much. So we're chilling, and then this man decides that he's going to post a picture of him and his fifth wife, right? He posts a picture of him and his fifth wife, Layla, Layla Charani, as her name is. And then I'm just wondering, please, what is the point of this Jempa? Like, why are you posting these pictures? As you can see, this is them together. I guess beautiful couple. Abi, what can I say? Beautiful couple. Anyway, he posts about her, and then I remember seeing the comments where somebody said, I don't know if anybody, obviously Uncle Dai won't have experienced this, but for any woman in the house that has been pursued by a married man before and you're rejecting him, when you now finally send him that one message that you tell him off, why are you talking to me? You have a wife, blah, blah, blah. The way some of them react as if they were expecting something different. You're married. You're not angry that I'm rejecting you, as I should, right? That's what this man is. He's doing that whole thing where he goes on a whole rant, or they start to post their wives or something funny when the younger lady that you like rejects you. Welcome, that mom of five. Good evening, ma'am. Mom of five is saying Regina wannabe. Sister Rose is saying looks ridiculous. Hi, Cece. Welcome, Cece. Yeah, so that's what it seems like is going on with Senator Ned. Anyway, let me read what he says. Very long ago, he says, in a world where noise travels faster than truth, I want to take a moment to speak about the woman I know, the woman I love, and the woman I cherish, my wife, Layla. She is a woman whose quiet strength continues to amaze me every single day. Quiet strength. Emphasis on quiet. Layla is not someone who lives on social media. She has never been the type to chase attention or respond to every passing opinion. She prefers a peaceful and private life where her energy goes to the things that truly matter, not the distractions that come with the online world. Anyone who truly knows her understands her gentle nature, her maturity, and her sincere kindness. She is thoughtful, patient, respectful, and incredibly caring. She gives without expecting anything in return and chooses understanding even when she is misunderstood. Hey. It can be hard to watch unkind words or raise assumptions being thrown around, or false assumptions being thrown around online, especially when they do not reflect her character. But I know who she is. I know her heart. I know the honesty she carries and the way she handles even difficult moments with calm dignity. She does not believe in defending herself on the internet because she knows her life and her worth are not determined by online opinions. Layla has always chosen to live authentically and quietly, focusing on what is real instead of what is loud. As her husband, I will always stand by her. I will speak for her when needed, and I will protect her name with pride. She has been a constant source of stability and peace in my life, and I am grateful for the comfort and wisdom she brings into our home every day. Layla has a depth of character that many may never see because she does not display her life publicly. She moves quietly, loves quietly, and carries herself with grace. Her strength does not shout. Her goodness does not need it is well oh, does not need an audience. She simply remains true to who she is. Over the years, I have seen her handle challenges with patience and grace that inspire me. She does not rush to prove herself to anyone. She allows time, truth, and character speak for her. Speak for her. That is one of the many reasons I respect her deeply. So, everyone who has shown understanding, compassion, and kindness during moments when the online world becomes harsh, thank you. Your support and fairness mean more than words can express. It brings light into difficult spaces. And to my wife, Layla, you are valued, you are loved, and you are far greater than anything said about you online. I am proud of the woman you are. I believe in your strength. I appreciate your calm spirit, and I will always stand with you today and every day. Ewo, ewo.
Abby, now, do you know that every line you are reading, I can just see shades against Regina? It's like,
Of course.
Lela is this, Lela is this, Regina is not. Lela is this, Regina is not. It's just like this grandpa know the land, walai. He's supposed to know better than this. What is he doing this for? That write-up was just basically to shade Regina, nothing else.
Pretty much.
And
That's
then
it though.
his own way of trying to make Regina to feel jealous or something. I don't really understand. What he's trying to achieve with this?
Uncle Dio,
Is he
that's
just
why I
married? I
call
mean, has he
him
just married this girl?
then that's
Was
why I
she
call
not
him
there when you went
Gem
ahead to marry
Pan.
Regina?
That's why I called him
Ah,
Gem Pan because he's moving like a Gen Z. Gen Z grandpa. Gem Pane. And it's the fact that
this
Uncle
man.
Dio, he kept repeating the same thing over and over again. Your dignity. You don't care about social media. You don't care about social
Eh,
media in different
because there's
ways.
somebody that's always on social media now. There's somebody
Exactly.
that's always on social media. So she doesn't care. So it's just like comparing and contrasting them. Oh my
Hey,
God. This is abandoning
I
the
don't
land.
believe it. If Regina comes now and does type shit, everybody will start shouting at Regina. But the person that is meant to be the adult, the grandpa, the older one, look at his own behavior. The young girl now, if she comes out, everybody will start shouting that Regina ignore, ignore. But see, he's drawing her out. He's drawing, and quite frankly, he lied because Layla does care about public opinions, doesn't she? She does because she's not the one that was shouting at Regina the other day. So What's he on about? What's he on about? Anyway, I just hope Regina actually ignores him. Honestly, I hope Regina ignores him. And these are the pictures. I put them in a collage. These are the three pictures he posted with his write up. This is right up. He posted these three pictures. I don't know what they used to take the picture because the pictures were not clear. Her face was blurry in most of them. It even looks better here on the screen. But yeah, that is it all for Jempa and our Gen Z grandpa. It is well. Okay, so we are going to be our next updates. Actually, you know that this is not our main topic of today. Our next update is actually about our African giant, as we call him. And this is, of course, Burna Boy. Hey, Burna Boy, Burna Boy, Burna Boy. Okay, so again, as usual, I'm always chilling now because stress. I cannot come and stress myself. I was chilling, and guess what? I see that Burna Boy has an update. So I'm going to actually find. I need to bring up the link so that I actually haven't read it. I saw TMZ, as you I know, I'm sure most people know TMZ. TMZ is the, what you call it, it's an American blog. Hi CC, welcome sis. Hi sis M Jones, welcome. Hi Ashlyn, welcome sis, lovely to have you here. So TMZ posts about Burna Boy. I'm going to share my screen now so we can read it. Sister Rose said is African dwarf. Now African dwarf. So you guys know you guys know that we've had an ongoing issue with Burna Boy and how he told a woman that fell asleep at his concert to leave. Again, I have a detailed video about that if you want to catch up. How he told a woman to leave. So many things. He's refunded a fan $100 on stage. He's kicked his fans. He's insulted Nigerians. He doesn't need Nigerians. CPM, which is cost per million, is low anyway. He only wants rich fans. Nigeria has never done anything for him. All of that, right? Now, unfortunately, the Americans that he was pandering to this whole time have now turned against him after he asked one of them to leave the venue because she fell asleep. Now, the issue is, usually, if anybody is familiar with Nigerians on the internet, anytime any foreigner in quotes comes for us, we always fight back. But this time, his fans, Burna Boy's fans, Nigerians have left him to deal with this. Right? Nobody's fighting for him. And personally, I already said what I would do from a PR standpoint. I don't work in PR. I work in strategy. So I guess not too far off. And I just thought to myself, the next show, he should have just done a monologue. He should have apologized. They could have found the girl and all. But I actually have an update on the girl, which I'm going to have to need a minute to decide if I can share it here. But it's basically more private information. But it seems as though the girl, as Uncle Ben anticipated, Uncle Ben will be happy to hear this, is actually playing her own games in a sense because she's made herself unavailable on purpose. So all of the things that I suggested that she should do, Burna Boy's team should do, I don't think they can do because the person has to be available for them to do it. But that's by the way. Anyway, today we see one of the things that Burna Boy is doing for PR. Let me see if you can see my screen. And it says Burna Boy covering funeral costs for Stockton shooting victims killed at 2-year-old's birthday party. Pretty much. So I'm going to read. Sorry, there's a lot of ads on this thing. So it's a bit on this blog. So it's a bit annoying to read. But anyway, Burna Boy has had his emotions spiked after hearing about the mass shooting that destroyed a 2-year-old's birthday party last weekend in Stockton, California, and he's stepping up to foot the bill for all 4 of the deceased victims. The Afrobeat giant says he was taken in the story from the Breakfast Club and immediately reached out to WAC 100, who in turn connected him with Hollywood Unlocked's Jason Lee, who also serves as vice mayor of his hometown of Stockton. Right? So that's basically it. Lee lashed out at the unidentified shooters, telling the Associated Press it's never been considered gangster in the streets to assassinate children. And Burna Boy agreed and offered to pay all the funerals. It's the very least he can do, considering the lifetime of pain the parents face ahead. Honestly, quite an unfortunate situation. 14-year-old Amari Peterson was identified as one of the 4 victims pied in the Stockton shooting, and the young football star passed alongside an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 21-year-old, right? And then, as you can see there on the screen, the 100 show says, saddens my heart to see and hear this. Condolences to the family and extreme gratitude for Jason Lee's friendship. To at Burna Boy Graham, you are one of a kind to know and have it in your heart to help the families out. Your helping hand won't go unnoticed. May the Creator continue to bless you. So now, of course, this became a whole thing where people were a bit mad, saying, what even is this about? Is this meant to be damage control? What the hell? It's not fake news, because actually I've spoken to someone as well who has first-hand information. It's not. It's one of their ways to clear things up, because what would have been the original idea of reaching out to the girl is not working out at the moment, according to very, 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 very verified news. But that's all I can say. I'm very sure of that. But what it is now is that they've thought about the next best thing to do, and this is what they can do. However, he's getting a lot of backlash from Nigerians saying that he's doing nonsense. And we've had like bandits and all sorts of terrible things happening in Nigeria, and he's never spoken up. All of a sudden now, you want to do this for America, when actually every time there's something going on in Nigeria. So, do you know what I mean? So why now? However, I'm not going to lie. I came here with the intentions of being balanced in a sense. I feel like I'm not going to lie, I've known Burna Boy for a very, very long time. I know people that are very close to Burna Boy as well. And the truth is, Burna Boy does a lot. The only problem again goes back to what I was speaking about with PR. I was telling one of my friends earlier today that I don't watch football, but I follow LFC, that is Liverpool. I follow Liverpool Football Club because they post a lot of interesting stuff where even if you don't care for football, you would be able to follow. For instance, they do, everybody knows, if you, well, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm a fashion girl, right? So I like fashion. It doesn't matter if it's men's fashion, doesn't matter if it's women's fashion. And one thing that their social media handler on TikTok does, that's Liverpool Football Club, is they do videos like, oh, let's see the cars that our footballers are arriving in. I find content like that very interesting, right? They do videos like, look at what our footballers are wearing to practice, or to here or there, or let's see what our footballers are eating and stuff like that. Now, if you're not a football fan, those could also interest you. If you're a fashion girl like me, you'll be interested in what you're wearing. Of course, these boys have a lot of money, so they're wearing a lot of fancy things all the time. It can be interesting. If you're into food or even health and fitness, you might be interested in what they're eating because their social media handler has made the page interesting across the board, not just about football. I said the same thing with Two-Face earlier on, right? Now, I say this to say that Burna Boy, for instance, we all know that Burna Boy has that football academy program, which invests in the future of the local youth in Port Harcourt, right? But it is not in our faces because Burna Boy has not thought, and his team have not thought, that it's one thing to have money and invest money into a program. It's another thing to say, let me get involved so that people see it from the heart. Imagine we're seeing videos on TikTok and Instagram of Burna Boy saying, this Saturday, I'm spending with my boys. I'm going to play football with them. I'm going to join the coach. Imagine what that does for your image outside of just being this amazing singer, right? Even of course, he, in so many situations we've heard of Burna Boy paying um hospital bills for a lot of people back home in Port Harcourt and all. He does these things. But imagine that. I'm not saying that with every good thing you do, you have to show it, but that is the life of an artist. That is the life of a media personality. You kind of have to show off some of these things because people need to see that you're multifaceted. That's the problem. So now it's hard to remember because it is not in our faces. You know? So that's the issue that I have. So yes, Burna Boy is not all bad, of course. And I say this all the time, where to you, Burna Boy might be bad. The same way we bash what you call them politicians all the time. To their own family, it may not be bad. Because at the end of the day, he's maybe, for instance, Tinubu's son will see him as a father first before president of Nigeria. But that's not how the rest of the world will see him. Do you understand? So I just think that is it's just one of those ones where we can't remember those good things because sometimes it seems like the bad outweighs the good. But then again, the good was never really in our faces. Again, my opinion, go back home. Uncle Ben said something previous shows ago where he said, when Davido and Wizkid were building their fan bases, where was Burna Boy? That's another issue. I spoke about it when I talked about community. Even on this YouTube, if you have 30 people that consistently support you, you don't know what God has done for you. It doesn't matter if you have 100,000 followers. They will never all come through. Do you understand? So you need to go back home. January, December might be too late now, like Uncle Dio said on a previous show. January, do Happy New Year show and make it 10,000 naira. Or even free charity, money goes to charity. PR is a lot of lies. PR is not always true. That's the point of PR. Don't worry about if it's true or not. Pretend, yes. I said the job of PR as well is they're meant to anticipate damage. They should have known that from the next show, he should have apologized. All of those tickets returns, all of those sales would not have been this bad. Right? He should have gone on the second show. They should have done a monologue with, some kind of music playing, emotional music playing. Boston, Chicago, I love you. I'll be nothing without you. They do it all the time. And like I said to the person I was speaking to, that was giving me some info, I said, guys, listen, if this Burna Boy cannot be that dark-hearted where he can't even reconnect, come back around. Can he not even connect to the fact that, bro, without these people, I would never have the cars that I have. I would never have the the life that I have, is that not enough to get emotional on stage and cry? Do you understand? So of course, Nigerians are in they're very much in their feelings right now because you're not doing any. We don't feel like you're doing anything back home. We've been seeing people getting kidnapped. This man, eh, went from being an activist to being friends with Sheyi Tinubu. We know how much people dislike Sheyi Tinubu and that family at the moment. But you were an activist going, you're meant to be walking in Fela's shoes, right? You went from that to being friends with Sheyi Tinubu to the point of even featuring in his birthday video. Now, you're always hitting people. There was that rumor allegedly of his people buying somebody in the club, remember? It's too many issues. So, of course, even if you've done any good, the bad right now outweighs the good. So it is what it is. As much as I'm trying to bring out all of these good things and I'm trying to keep a balanced show at the moment because we've spoken about it all the time. I have an in-depth show calling him out already for those that are interested. As much as I'm trying to keep that balance, the fact is the facts. The bad currently outweighs the good, but it doesn't mean it hasn't done any good because people do not remember that. And quite frankly, all of us as adults, we know this happens now. You can do 20 good things. If you do one bad thing, nobody's going to remember the good things. It happens all the time. So yeah, let me read a few comments. Hi, sis Gypsy, welcome. Oh no, I joined late. The main gist has not even started. I'm just doing updates. Zeno is saying more like medicine after death. Honestly, even the wrong medicine in this case. Zemjo is saying this their damage control. All he needed to give sincere apology, offer her free tickets. The girl is not reachable, according to a very, very reliable source. She's the girl is moving mad. Burna is trying to bring himself to be accepted back. I don't know if this is going to work. I think he needs us, his people, to accept him first. Because, like I said, if we loved him, this could never have happened to Davido and Whiskey because they have people that are backing them. And I said it before, if you see when 30GB, I'll be 30BG, not GB, 30BG and Whiskey FC, if you see when they are connecting with Whiskey replies them. They will, sometimes you will hear because they always have head of the groups, like head of like fan bases. You will hear somebody was looking for tuition fees. Whiskey sent 3 million. You don't see things like that with Burna Boy. He doesn't have that sort of fan base where he has people that communicates. Do you know what I mean? He needs to work on that. He isn't bad, just has bad attitude and is badly behaved. It is well. But using his strategy is not sincere, so he hasn't landed well. The timing is off, even if for something. They are trying their best. Since he's saying people feel the gesture is just performative. Either way, it was always going to be performative, but now it's just about the best kind of performance, which is why even the very first thing the PR team did by putting out a coffee stand was very condescending to the actual issue because the girl said, I'm not sleeping because I'm just tired. I'm sleeping because I'm exhausted, emotionally exhausted because my baby daddy passed on, right? But it's what it is. The PR team is trash, very trash. In fact, the person I was speaking to today, I told the person that they should start by removing his PR team and bringing new ones, right? Someone that is very close to him. So Rose is saying, I see your points. Uncle Ben is saying it was a setup. The girl's page was a scam. Yeah. So the girl's page, they've been trying to chase her, and am I allowed to say this? Yeah, they've been trying to chase her, and every time her page, the name is changing. The name is changing. They can't get a hold of her. They've been looking for her. They can't get a hold of her. Can you imagine? They can't. So that first original PR that I was talking about earlier, where I was saying that I would take her, because this person as well, I had relayed this information to the person that I would take her shopping, spend the day with me, put her in fancy cars, buy her some fancy stuff. He has money. That's what I would do. Spend the day with me, and then they'll do videos together. They will hug each other. They will have lunch. You don't know if you can find the girl that you would do that. So that was never going to work. So they feel like this is the next best thing. When he goes back to Nigeria, maybe they will now do the other ones that they're supposed to do. Do you understand? But me, my own issue is that PR team, they are horrible because first thing, next day, you should have apologized with all those music that used to make people cry. Then we'll now take it from there. And the mom of I was saying, I agree, he should have apologized. Absolutely. Ghost charity, exactly. I think they said the person that I was speaking to said that they're going to do this next charity in Niger. Uncle Daya, what do you think? You have any advice, sir?
Yes, Abby, I do. Thank you for the take. I mean, for all that you said so far. Actually, there are ways around this thing. It's like a game of chess, you make move and then there are counter moves and then you keep your eyes on the price. So he has to be smart. And then, as you said, I agree with you completely about the PR team. He has to change his PR team. They are doing nothing, or maybe they are just blindsided. Secondly, is that if you're having an issue like this, you've f up. When you f up like this, you will now go to Rakaraba no old bar mode. That is, you must do everything possible to correct it.
Mm.
So that is the mode he's supposed to be in now. So that he will not go all out. As he's looking for the girl, and the girl seems to be like playing him on and off. If even if it's not in a show, you should go to his page and make it public.
Yeah.
Apologize. Go to your page, apologize openly to everybody. Tell them how sorry you are. You can even make a video and put it on your page. Let them see your emotions. Let them really see you.
Mm.
Then
Be
let them know
vulnerable.
that, yes, be vulnerable. Then let them know that you are. Oh, if anybody knows how you can get in touch with the girl, you really want to apologize to her in person. You want to make it up and with her and all. I can bet you, if the girl does not want to f up, she herself will show up because
Mm.
now the eyes will now turn on the girl because now he has come out now apologized. Okay, where is the girl? Let him give him chance to at least make it up with you. If she does not come out at that point in time, then Burna Boy should not worry himself again. People will leave it at that, and then he will get back his fame, and then he can move on from there. But if he does not go down first, there's a saying that says that the the way up is down. You must come down first, apologize, take accountability for what you did wrong, ask for forgiveness. People will always forgive you, and then let them know that you are making efforts to make things better, to correct your mistake. And if for any reason the girl did not play along with you in that line, then you've done your bit.
Absolutely.
People will judge. So that's the way you can go about it. That's my
Yeah,
take.
that's honestly, I agree with you. I do think so, but most especially, I think that because the PR team, they are meant to anticipate. That's one of their jobs, in my opinion. They did not anticipate. So that means they left things too long, and now it's harder. It's harder to fix because do you understand? It's harder now. Anything they do is going to be ruled as what's the word, performative, not from the heart. He's just trying, so I don't know, but it is what it is. It's sad. It's really, really sad. But anyway, we're starting to. Since MJ is saying they waited too long to address this matter, exactly. Since Rose is saying, or maybe he cursed out his PR team. Maybe she does not want to be in the spotlight. I don't think, no. There's, like I said, the girl is playing some funny games. She's made herself unreachable on purpose, from what I have heard from a very reliable source. Who's saying see this equates to, okay, let's get into the, that's all for updates. We've covered Two Face, we covered Jempa Ned, we've covered Burna Boy, and now we are going to our main topic. But I feel like we need to first of all speak about the couple, right? Peggy Ovire and Frederick Leonard as well, before we actually get into the main topic, which is TAYE Arimoro and Peggy Ovire, because they also have this whole thing coming up as well, right? Anyway, so from what I know, Sis is saying, Abby, I'm glad you're covering the Peggy and Taye story because I didn't get the judgment against Taye at all. Oh, God, I'm so angry, Sissy. But anyway, we get there. So, from what I know, right, we hear that the relationship between Peggy, and I'm just going to drop the link if anyone wants to come up and join the conversation. I'll just be on the panel because I feel like there's quite a bit to talk about on this matter. So, for Peggy and Frederick, we hear that they started to date around 2015 on and off. On and off. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what industry people have said. And of course, eventually, Peggy and Frederick got married on November 19th, 2022. Their traditional wedding was held in Warri, Delta State. I need to play this video that made me laugh of basically Peggy was hyping her husband. Here you go.
Man that is not a womanizer. And most importantly, that is why I stayed for this long, babe. Please don't change. Frederick is one man I can beat my chest on, despite what everyone is saying, that he doesn't womanize. Sometimes I get on his nerves and he thinks that I'm taking him for granted. Baby, I'm not. I'm just a woman. We can be silly sometimes. But I will love you. I will respect you. You will always be the crown on my head. You will be the man I ask for decisions before I make it.
Let me play one more time. You go they trust man. You go they trust man for public. You, you go they trust man. Oh, good, I don't come from you. You don't know that men will
I
say
saw
you're
a
right.
man that is not a womanizer. And most importantly, that is why I stayed for this long, babe. Please don't change. Frederick is one man I can beat my chest on, despite what everyone is saying, that he doesn't womanize. Sometimes I get on his nerves and he thinks that I'm taking him for granted. Baby, I'm not. I'm just a woman. We can be silly sometimes. But I will love you. I will respect you. You will always be the crown on my head. You will be the man I ask for decisions before I make it.
Uncle Dio, please share your thoughts. What do you think about this
Yeah,
video?
yeah, yes, Abby. The first time that I think we ran a show on this, the traditional whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
To me, I remember vividly that it was like an euphoria because she was in another world when she was saying all those things. When you are making such a commitment in the public,
Hmm.
social media will wait for you when things are tough to see whether those things that you've said, you are going to stand by it or no. So immediately that day, I can remember Okuben raising a red flag that, hey, for her to have come out to say this. I remember that show because it was like, hey, this is not going right the way it is. But here we are. Now, the thing is this: there is nothing wrong in you expressing your feelings towards somebody, and there is nothing wrong in you making it play. Making it plain and open like that. However, whatever you are going to say, whatever commitment you are going to make, be sure that you are ready to keep it. As for a woman, even though you would trust somebody, of course you must trust somebody before you can commit with that person in a lifelong relationship. But it's not something for you to come out and be saying like that, because some men can capitalize on that and go and they be moving mad. Same also applies to women. I'm not saying you should not confess your feelings towards one another, but don't say everything out there. Don't put everything out there. Keep some to yourself. Let the other person still have this kind of uh don't let the other person feel too comfortable. Because once somebody feels too comfortable with you, it's like, okay, I've gotten this one. She's not going nowhere. So you can start moving mad. Same thing with a woman also. If you get so comfortable with a man, and then and it's like, and the man is like so vulnerable, it's like giving you everything. You say, oh, I've gotten this one. It's not going anywhere. You may start to move mad, and before you know it, problem starts. always give the other person something to look forward to or something to keep them on their toes, at least in that relationship, so that nobody will miss mad. But in our own case, she put it all out there. And then what was even wrong was that according to what they said they've been in and out of relationship over some period of time before
Yeah,
they
she said
finally
on
decide
the
to,
15th.
yes. They said they've
Yeah.
been in and out. What is causing them to go in and out? What
Mm-hmm.
was really that before the NAFA? So I knew from the day one, once they have that thing, I was like, hey, you people that have been going in and out, that thing will make you come in now. Hope it not push you out again. And
Yeah.
eventually, so sad to see. So that's my take.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Where is Uncle Ben? Because at this other segment, Uncle Ben is needed. Um, Sinatu is saying which one is please don't change. Sister Rose is saying he's saying to himself, this fool. Oh my god, Sister Rose. Do you know he's saying I just babs? Do you know why now? This is not your auntie. Sister O'Shea is saying she is right. Frederick is not a womanizer. He monetizes his womanizing on screen in movies. He's a smart guy. Sister O'Shea, there are rumors, oh. Is there smoke without fire? Sister is saying mango stain your white, as in Momo 5 is saying, I have been following the story of Taya and Peggy. Sarah is saying, didn't you hear the guy in the background mockingly saying, oh, they were laughing at her. I ain't confessing Jack. Rumor has it that their marriage has ended. Now, so we see him. Sister Rose, and that guy of all people, I don't like him on site. Uncle Ben, yes, only if you're available. If you're not available, it's fine, sir. Sister Rose is saying she probably was the one who proposed and bought her own ring. Sister Rose, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let me play the video of what's his name? So it's in Silver Dam.
And her husband, Frederick, they're both actors. Oh, all these gists, all this story I'm hearing, all this rumor I'm hearing about their marriage don't collapse. I hope it's not true. Because I've been hearing a lot of stories, people that are even close to them, that Peggy Ovire allegedly moved out of the house. Allegedly, I beg you. So according to the stories, though, according to the rumor, and people close to them said the marriage has already packed up, and then the wife moved out of the house, allegedly, due to most of the issue coming from the husband, allegedly. Pico. It is well. I feel like the both of them they actually fit each other. Well, I feel like the both of them they both have squishes. Kind of, because we've been hearing stories. And for the fact that Peggy Ovire did what she did to Taye, the actor guy, on a movie set, it is what it is. I just hope the story is not true. The marriage is about how many years? Now, wow, celebrity marriage. It is really.
It is well, oh. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Personally, since they got married, I've heard these repeated rumors about marital problems. They have crashed. This is at least the third time that we have heard it since how many years? They've not been married up to 5 years. We've heard this, right? And there are times when Peggy appeared on social media without her wedding ring, or she shares solo pictures. You know how it is social media, and the fans will be speculating, something is wrong, blah blah blah. However, both of them, especially Frederick himself, they have rejected these rumors. They've come out to debunk these rumors. In fact, in late 2024, he urged critics and bloggers to leave them alone, right? That his marriage is private, it's nobody's business, blah, 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 blah. And how he does not owe anybody any explanation, etc., etc. Anyway, this is what he says. Dear idle and useless bloggers, with your empty headed followers, leave me and my wife's name out of your contaminated blogs. This marriage is not your business. What goes on in this marriage will not make your lives better or put food on your table. Beyond bad leadership, poverty is on the all-time high because stupidity is on the increase and people are channeling their energy and attention wrongly. Y'all should leave us alone. Since we got married, y'all have been sniffing like hungry dogs looking for what you will never find. We do not owe this toxic social media space any explanation for our actions or a sneak peek of what's happening in our home. Marriage is not slavery. She can post Christmas photos without me in it. She can rest her fingers and not wear her ring. I bought the ring and I am not complaining. She can go on vacation without me. It is not your business. She can wear short dresses because she's a stunning woman, and the bush ones amongst you will be all right. She can live her life and be happy, and I would do the same. Be happy and fulfilled. I'm not going to stop kissing in movies because I am now married or because of what you are. You some an unenlightened dumb Fs will think. No professional actor anywhere in the world does that. Some of y'all should stop trying to indict some innocent actresses starring in movies with me. They are professionals getting paid to do their job and put food on their table. For those who choose to judge my true nature as a person by the roles I play in movies, it goes to show how daft you are, and that's not my fault. It's not my job to boost your IQ. Peggy and I never consulted any of you when we decided to get married. Therefore, we do not owe you. Shh. The app was created to connect, share love, and have fun, but frustrated people have made it toxic. This will be the last time the Leonards will address blogs and social media idiocy. If y'all decide to continue in my folly after this post, my wife and I will relax and laugh as the senseless one will become a source of entertainment for us. Peggy and I are different. Read that again. Leave us alone. I love my wife and my wife loves me. It is well. Sorry, I forgot to put the other part up, but that's the other part I was reading. Okay, oh, no vexa. So that's basically it. Oh. And then Peggy, obviously, at different times as well, she will dispel the speculation. She will post pictures and she'll be showing off her ring. Like, you know, when you post a picture where you're trying to show off your ring because you've just heard rumors, that is it. And I always say this, and I think most people can also agree that sometimes when people try too hard to prove something to the public, they are hiding something, because you wouldn't care if something wasn't true, especially if you're in the limelight and this is your job, right? Anyway, the conclusion on this is that there's no public evidence that their marriage has crashed or ended. What we are seeing is just ongoing speculations and rumors. We haven't seen any evidence of that, right? Of course, it's not the first time. This happened in 2024, and it's still on Frederick's page at the moment because I checked. I checked before I came live. This particular post I just read is still on his page. He's never taken it down. So it just seems like it could be anything, but quite frankly, most of the time when bloggers have all of this news about, it tends to be true because there's no smoke without fire, and they tend to have their informants. So that's it. However, I want to say something else, right? There have been so many rumors about Frederick being problematic. We've heard so many rumors about Frederick being problematic. Some people have said he's aggressive. Others have said he's unprofessional. He's been, of course, labeled a womanizer as well. Personally, I think that it's more about him just, when you, for instance, we'll give an example with like Patience Ozokwo, how people will say, oh my gosh, she must be wicked in real life. Whole time this woman is literally just acting. And when now that we've even seen her with her grandchildren and all, we're seeing that she can be a loving woman. We've seen her with her daughters in-laws as well, her daughters in-law as well. We've seen that she's a nice woman and her daughters in-law love her, right? Meanwhile, in all of her films, she's always wicked to her daughter her daughters in-laws. So I feel like it's just a case of sometimes fans easily mix actual roles and characters with the real person. So it could be anything. But having said that, I think I'm wise enough to know that there's hardly ever any smoke without fire. So it is what it is. I'm going to read a few comments. Is Alshay saying, I don't believe their marriage has collapsed. Okay. Mr. Rose is saying, I can believe that the way she was praising him, I can just tell by looking at him. Mr. O'Shea is saying, even if they have any issue, I don't believe they are separated. Okay, fair enough. Mr. Rose is saying, who cares? He's saying she used to be a mother when I was kids. Yes, that's how she started her career. Mr. Rose is saying, you see, this confirms what I suspected of him. The letter was very long for a marriage that's solid. That's what I'm saying. He looks his nope, that's who he is. I don't know, honestly. Again, I do believe that there's no smoke without fire, but let's not conclude since there's no whatever. There's no evidence. Anyway, because of these speculations, right? Most people, I mean, before now, most people would say that Frederick has to be the aggressor, right? Whatever the case is, Peggy for sure is the victim, right? When it comes to anything, I guess, pertaining to the crash of their marriage. However, recently, Frederick's wife, Peggy, got in an altercation with her colleague, another actor, right? And then this kind of caused fans to shift a little bit and say, if this woman can act this way, anything that we've heard that's happened in their marriage, they believe that she's probably the aggressor, or at the very least, both of them are toxic. So we'll get into that in a bit. However, this is the reason why I actually wanted Uncle Ben to be here, and it's perfect because we have Uncle Ben and we have Uncle Dio as well. I wanted to talk about this because we spoke about it briefly on Uncle Ben's channel, and I wanted to talk about it here in a little bit more in depth. Why a lot of actors' marriages, or why a lot of marriages in certain industries, especially the entertainment industries, fail, right? And I've kind of come up with I think it's 9 or 10 different points, and I wanted to read them, and then maybe I could get pushback here and there, because I remember on Uncle Ben's show, I think it was yesterday. I'm not sure Uncle Ben really agreed on why it failed. And I remember Uncle Ben saying someone like Peggy that's already 40, of which I don't believe she's 40. I think she's actually older than 40. And someone like Peggy that is 40, where would she start from? She should just try and make her marriage work. But like I said to Uncle Ben yesterday, I mean, not everybody can make their marriage work. There's a reason it crashed to begin with, right? So, anyway, so for me, my first point is busy schedules and long time apart. Obviously, yesterday was impromptu, so I didn't really have time to gather my thoughts about why a lot of these marriages crash. So, my first one is busy schedules. Cece is saying, you be in the building. That's actually what he always says for people as well. Cece in the building. Very funny. So the first one is busy schedules and long time apart, right? We see this all the time. Actors spend days, sometimes even weeks apart on location. Sometimes, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's doing that thing where it has timer. Okay, cool. Sorry. Busy schedules and long time apart. We see all the time when they're on set. Some of them don't even always act where they live as well, right? Some of them are usually they could go to different cities. I remember one time when what's her name? Ruth Kadiri was even in SA, was in South Africa for weeks. And I'm thinking, this is somebody's wife. Did she go with her husband and her children? So I guess it can be a bit difficult as well, depending on what the setup that people have. But if you're spending a long time with without your partner, that would create things like emotional distance. People would be lonely. How great would the communication be? Because now we're hearing rumors about how these people are staying on set for 12 hours. By the time when are you talking to your husband? When are you talking to your wife? And then, of course, that would also increase temptation between both partners, because your partner is not there to satisfy your needs and your cravings, right? Now, it's very easy for your eyes to be outside. Do you understand? So that's kind of what I think. I think that one of the major issues is busy schedules and long time apart. Uncle Ben, what do you think about that, sir?
Abby, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Let me speak like wish of our okay, honey babe and Sissy at one I was say, can you hear me? Can you still hear me now?
I can hear you, sir.
All right, mama. First of all, you made me laugh. When you finished that, you said Silverdown. What's that boy's name? Joseph
Tosin Silva.
Silverdown, right?
Mm,
Yeah. Uh, I'm coming. Give me just 1 minute. I'm coming.
okay, sir. Busy schedule. I don't know why I can't get this. I don't want this time out. Is that what's
All
going
right.
on?
So Abby, when you after you play that video and you say, "Okay, oh, we hear you, sir," I burst into laughter while I was driving. I'm like, Abby sound exactly like that Tosin now. All right, Abby. I think somebody in the comments actually said what I was thinking about Freddie Leonard reply. That message was damn too long for a marriage that is peaceful and there is no problem.
Mm-hmm.
He talks too much. I've said this severally that on social media, if you don't want people to jump on your matter, it's better you keep quiet. Don't address it at all. And if you have to address it, you have to be concise with your response. You just have to go straight to the point. And you shouldn't even be the one to do it. You should allow your PR team to handle that for you. All he could have said is that, okay, I know there are rumors flying on social media. I just want to let you guys know that everything is okay. My wife and I, we are fine. But I will honorably request that everybody just allow us to have this privacy for now. And that's it. But when you go ahead and you started attacking everybody, because I see that statement more or less as an attack, it lacked respect for the people who actually watch your movie. If you feel like bloggers are, kind of infringing on your right or they are getting involved in your issue and you don't want them, you can call out the specific bloggers, not by putting everybody in the same box and just attacking them. You are a public figure for crying out sake. Just like the rest of us now, as we are on this social media space, we are somehow public figures too. If something come out tomorrow about me now, I don't think I owe anybody any explanation publicly except to address it with my community. Maybe in our backstage, I can update people in our backstage that, hey, see what is really going on. But when it comes to the public, all I'm going to say is, well, ladies and gentlemen, people have challenges, things happen, but please, I would like to keep it private. Thank you very much. That's it. And then you move on. So I think he's doing too much. And
Mm.
again, I don't really know him. I don't know him up close, but from the little I've seen, there is a lot of arrogance around him. He's a good actor. I watch his movie every now and then, but I just think that that arrogance is becoming troublesome. And again, if you are 40 and above, you don't have kids, and you got married late, as a public figure, yes, you should expect people to talk. You are entertaining us, we are enjoying you, so people go talk. But at the same time, not you trying to paint a picture that is non-existent. So that is just it for me. And for the wife, by their fruit you shall know them. If the wife if the wife can be very violent against somebody like Tai, I beg, forget it. There is this proverb that they say in my local language that smoke, they say character be like smoke. No matter
Mm.
how you cover it up, it will definitely come out. So if she can instigate people who work for her to literally somehow kidnap Taye, because when you block somebody, when you restrict people's movement, you are trying to kidnap them. That's what it looks like. So if the wife can behave like that, and then turn around and get their association to say they will blacklist the guy, it tells a lot about who she is as a person. But again, it's all entertainment. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Uncle Dio, please, you have anything to add, sir?
Yes, I would like to say something, but Uncle Ben has said most of the things that I wanted to say. What really shocked me was when I saw the way when she was having that altercation with Tai, and then the way she was threatening him, the way she was moving, to the point that eventually they had to deflate the guy's tires. They deflated those tires just to stop the guy. And I was like, when is this gonna stop? You as a public figure, you're not supposed to be seen doing something like that. And going by the case, what really happened was, I don't think it warrants such an attitude from you as an
Yeah,
actor.
we'll get to the
But
main story anyway and break it down from like start to finish.
okay, no wala. But to me, as for Frederick, Okuben has said everything that I wanted to say about him. He has this
Mm,
kind of arrogance around him, and then this particular write-up that he did, to me, it's not really necessary. Yes,
mm,
people will come for you. Now, there is something that I saw here that I think I want to relate it with that of Two Face also. When there is an issue affecting your family as a public figure, normally the man always have to come out to come and defend the family. It's normal. Everybody expects the man in that relationship to be the one to come and say one or two things to defend that family. Same thing we saw Two Face doing. Then the same with, in fact, public most of these public figures that are having issues, it's always the man that come out to come and say to come and defend their family. When at that point when they are defending their family, what they are saying matters, but most importantly, what they are not saying speaks louder. If you read the
mm,
whole of this, you read the whole of this write-up by Frederick now, everything that he's saying is like he's trying to debunk something that is happening in his marriage at that time.
mm,
But he's not saying it that they're having this issue, but he's trying to attack in the best form of defense, as they say. So he's trying to attack it without actually seeing what's really going on. I can tell you for free that they were having some issues in that marriage when it came out on social media to come and drop this issue. They are surely having some issues within them.
mm.
It may not be that deep, but there were some issues because I listened to what he was not saying from what he is saying. So I agree completely. There was something going wrong at that point in time, even before the bloggers that were, bloggers may add one or two, but there is no smoke without fire.
That fire.
So
Absolutely.
they must have had or
Yeah.
seen something,
And
or
and
maybe
if I can just
somebody,
quickly,
yeah, go on.
oh, sorry, sir. If I can just add one little thing to that. You see that explanation about my wife can post Christmas tree without me, my wife can go around without her ring. I bought the ring. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bro, just shut the F up, please. We know how women feels about their wedding ring. Okay? If the rumor is out there that there is fire on the mountain, and your wife came out to now begin to display a ringless finger, Baba, there is no way you want to explain it. A woman that got married at almost 40, the very ring she is willing to shook into other women's eyes, she now remove it and you say it's nothing. Bro, with your arrogance, it's a lot of things, we will not lie. Now I get it. Like there are some men who really don't wear wedding ring, so women don't even wear wedding ring. If they both have mutual understanding, it's not a big deal to them. I don't wear wedding ring. My partner, my wife, is not even having issue with it. There are still some occasion that by the time madam say, no, this one you must wear, I go find wherever I keep the ring, I put it on. When we go, we come back. Now, madam, they take in hand, they remove the ring, go keep them again because I will lost it. That's how I lost about 4 wedding rings. It's different. But for women, if your wife has been seen severally before without the wedding ring, until you guys begin to have issue, no problem. But this one, she they wear the ring. Now, while they mountain finish, she no wear ring. And rumor they there say you they do pion pion with some of these girls. And we also saw you on vacation with someone else, allegedly.
Yeah,
Bros, what are you trying to debunk? I don't understand. What do you they try to debunk? Go, 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 go. Eh? I think there is more to this issue, Jare. I won't get bigger
absolutely.
family issue going on. That's just my take, Jare Abi.
Thank you, sir. Mr. O'Shea is like you're a fan of Frederick. Anyway, so like I said, my first thing is busy schedules and long time apart. They're always on set, emotional distance, loneliness, reduced communication, all of that. And the second thing I would say is on screen intimacy. A lot of acting that involves romantic roles, kissing, I guess a lot of closeness to co stars. And remember, these people are together for days, at a time. So I wonder if that can cause a lot of jealousy, insecurity, suspicion, misunderstandings. Did you cheat on me? Did you not cheat on me? That kind of stuff. And then the third one as well we have is social media pressure and public scrutiny as well. You have all of these bloggers and fans that are always monitoring. Did she wear her wedding ring? Did she not wear her wedding ring? Oh, the caption. The caption is showing that she's sad. Meanwhile, this whole time, maybe the person is even sad about something else. Oh, they unfollowed each other, they're not following each other, body language, they don't look romantic, they don't look like they're in love, facial expression, like it's always something, right? And then any small disagreement becomes a marriage crisis. I never forget when Banky W and Adesua, there was this video of them, I think it was at the AMVCA, where they were acting a bit funny. And I remember thinking to myself that time, like couples fight all the time. Imagine these people actually just fought before they had to come out of their hotel room, because you know how they usually host it in, I think, Echo Hotel, and most of them get rooms in Echo Hotel. So a lot of the photographers are then they come out of their room and they try to take them in the hallway and all. And I was just thinking, imagine these people just finish fighting now, like normal, whatever. They have to now come and start smiling for cameras immediately because they are, they're celebrities. They can't even show that there's a bit of disconnect at that moment without us saying, hey, something's going on, no, what has Banky W done, no, something like that. Anyway, we also have industry temptations as well. That would include admirers, that would include all of these fans, attention from the opposite sex, a lot of passing, a lot of nightlife. That can cause a lot of temptation and a lot of disconnect as well. It takes a lot of discipline for people to actually remain grounded with all of these things in their faces. And then we have the obvious, which is financial pressure. As we know, a lot of Nollywood actors don't earn as much. We know this already, right? And then, of course, this can cause a lot of financial instability as well, which will cause arguments, resentments, power struggles, and all. I think this is a very important point, which is ego and competition. Imagine one partner is more popular than the other at a time. Can you imagine what that could cause? You're doing better than me, you're doing better. Or even a situation where maybe the woman even had to give up her career temporarily to have babies. Now she's finding it difficult to come back. We know what happens to a lot of these people's careers when they have children. It can become very, very weird. Imagine how the woman could be feeling. Oh, I was this superstar before I got pregnant for you, and then you are now the superstar. You've overtaken me. I can imagine that depending on the kind of woman you are, or if you don't find something else to do, it can cause a lot of issues. And then, of course, we have marrying for the wrong reasons. How many times have we heard things like, oh, they're marrying because of the pressure from the fans? They're marrying because of course, societal expectations or image management. They do a lot of things for image management, and a lot of them get married. A lot of them do not get married as well for image management because, of course, there's this whole thing of, oh, if an actor, especially the male ones, if they get married, they will lose their appeal from the female fans. So sometimes they do the opposite as well, where it's probably a good time to get married because of their age and all for the same fans. And then of course we have infidelity and trust issues. I mean, this is pretty much obvious, right? There's a lot of stories of cheating. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's rumors, and these things can just start to pile up and cause a real issue. And then lastly, we have lack of privacy as well. Again, look at us, we're talking about their marriage, lack of privacy. But at the same time, we have to be very honest about the fact that this is what they have signed up for. And that is it for why I think a lot of Nollywood marriages do not stand the test of time. Zalshe is saying it's possible that they are having issues, which is normal, but bloggers are going after them too much. Isarose is saying, I believe it. I don't even think he leaves. He loves her. He loves her. Yes, I'm a fan. I really like them. Okay, sis. But they are in Nigeria, which kind of long distance? Sis, you know how they always travel. Sometimes they even travel to Abuja, travel to Asaba. They travel to Asaba a lot for these productions. So sometimes they travel to Asaba 4 times, and then these people are in like 5 or 6 sets in a month, 7 sets even in a month. And we heard from TAYE, which I've heard so many times, where they are doing 12 hours. They're doing 14 hours. If you do 14 hours outside, what time are you spending with your spouse? Mr. Osha, you're doing that multiple times a month. It's tough. Mr. Osha is saying the story of Frederick going on holiday on that woman is made up story. Bloggers are troublemakers. They frame things up. Mr. Osha, we saw it to that time. Frederick is a mature man and he's married at a mature age. So I don't think he would do anything to jeopardize his marriage. Bloggers are troublemakers. Okay, sis. I don't know. I don't know because there's no smoke without fire or seas. Everybody cannot be lying, no. That's what me I'm going to say. Anyway, please let us actually move to the main story of the day. I can't believe I'm finally here. I had no intention to do any sub stories. I wanted to actually get straight to the point, but there were just too many little things to cover. Anyway, so let's get into Taye Arimoro and Peggy Ovire. So Peggy, see, there's rumors that Peggy is not really 40, but we're going to ignore that because football age is a thing anyway. It is what it is. If that's what she thinks she needs in the industry to stay relevant, then you know what? The game is the game. It is what it is. Anyway, Peggy, as we know, Peggy is a Nigerian actress, a Nigerian model, and a movie producer. As Zeno said earlier, she actually did start her career as a model, and then eventually she, of course, had a diverse portfolio and became uh, an actress as well. She started off as a model. She was born in Surulere, Lagos, and she hails from Ugeli in Delta State. She was the youngest of six children. She studied banking and finance at university, and her first film was produced by Uche Nancy. She eventually rose to fame, starring in a TV series titled Husbands of Lagos. Over the years, of course, she's had various projects. She's done all sorts, and she's even moved into production now. She's won Most Promising Actress of the Year at the 2015 City People Entertainment Award. Peggy is a well-established actress and producer in Nollywood with various consistent activities. Now, on the other hand, we have Mr. Taye Arimoro, not Taye Ayimoro, Abi Ayiroromo, according to AGN and the rest. Those disrespectful ass people. Anyway, guys, let me not go get ahead of myself. We will get there. We will get there. Anyway, so we have Taye Arimoro as you have on the screen there. I actually really like him. I've known him for a long time. See, one thing about me is that I always know people. I'm very into like niche stuff. So in terms of fashion, I'm very into niche fashion, music, and all. So I tend to know a lot of people when they're upcoming and nobody recognizes them because maybe let's just say I spot talents before the world spots talents. Let me just say that. But anyway, Taye Arimoro is also a Nigerian actor. He has recently come under the spotlight. Sister Rose is saying I don't know him. Well, we're about to know him because every time I check Taye's page, he has 3,000 new followers. I'm not even joking. Anyway, I'll get to that. Anyway, he's recently come under the spotlight because of this controversy with Peggy Ovire, right? And I kid you not, I'm not even trying to be funny, but this guy had 35.7K Instagram followers. And today, let me check. Let me actually share my screen for the purpose of this. Why not? Oh, it's even there already. I didn't even know that was open on my page. Let's share it. Let's check what he's saying at the moment. What's he saying? 77.5K. This guy is almost on 80K just from how many that days of controversy, pretty much. And honestly, like I said, I checked it this morning. This thing was not 77K. I think it was on like 71 or 72. I kid you not. Now I've refreshed my page. Look at what it's saying. 77.5. His followers are growing. And I was talking to my friend. I think I also said this to Zeno. Sometimes we're mad at God. We don't understand what God is doing. We're mad that we're going through tough times. Sometimes you need to go through tough times. You need to go through pain. You need to go through struggle for you to come on top. That's what I see is going on with Taye at the moment, personally, right? Mind you, Peggy Ovire has lost 1 million followers. Peggy has lost 1 million followers. I'm not exaggerating. I saw it with my eyes. I saw it going. I saw it going down. She had to lock her comment section. All of her comments is restricted. You cannot comment if you did not comment before these problems. So the woman is under fire. Anyway, TAYE Arimoro was born in Ilesha, Osun State, Nigeria. He earned his recognition for his talent while in secondary school, where he won Best Actor for a stage play. Right, he studied chemistry, University of Lagos, and he began his acting career in 2013. And his very first show was called Ojo's in the House, which was like a sitcom with Ebony Live TV. And then his major role was Osaze in Danny TV. That's actually where I know him from. I know him. I love Ndani TV programs anyway, and I know him from that series called Game on Ndani TV, and he played Osaze. That was the very first time I knew him, and this was around 2020, 2019, I believe. So I've known him from when most people did not know him anyway, and I always thought he was a good actor, but obviously recently he started to star in a lot of Omonio films. That's another thing I really appreciate about Omonio is that she actually puts people on. If you notice, she does put people on, and we have to appreciate her for that. She puts a lot of new arts on. In fact, even the whole YouTube space, I think we have to appreciate them. Ruth Kadri does the same thing as well. They put a lot of upcoming artists on, and we now know them now. Anyway, since then, he has appeared in notable films and shows. Taye has spoken publicly about the challenges he's faced in the industry. According to him, he lost roles because producers, prioritize actors with lots of followers on social media, which is the usual. It happens across the board in the entertainment industry, which is fair because they feel like the more followers you have, the more desirable you would be, because it means that people would want to watch stuff. So it's kind of like a business move. It makes sense. Let me read some comments. Are you serious? Well, Nigerian movie has really evolved. Absolutely. It has. Sarah's saying guilty. She's definitely not 40. Abby has a bright future ahead of her. Oh, thank you, Sister Rose. Shopaya is here. Go, Abby. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate. So she pushes him up. Absolutely. And she's losing followers and he's gaining followers. I'm anticipating that by the end of this week, he'll probably be on 100K. And 100K is the threshold for Instagram for you to actually start to consistently grow if he puts in the work as well. Mom of Five saying she's an OG, possibly. I think she's closer to 50, in my opinion. Please pronounce the name Osaze. That's your business, because I bring Yoruba name for you tonight. You will not be able to pronounce your Igbo name. Sister Rose saying I'm looking him up on YouTube as we speak. He's actually really good, I believe. Sister M. is saying I have heard other actors say Taye is a very calm, gentle, peaceful person. No problem. Yes, a lot of his colleagues are backing him, but we will get there. Anyway, so he's done what he has to do in the industry. Now let's go to the real story, because that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. So in August, he was contacted by Peggy Ovire, whom apparently he said that he had never heard of her before. I'm not going to lie, I kind of gave him side eye, like, bro, you did not know Peggy. Okay, if you did not know Peggy, did you know her husband? Because it's possible to not know Peggy. Because I'm not going to lie, in my opinion, Peggy is not mainstream. I can't even lie. I'm not being biased. Peggy is not mainstream, in my opinion. You have to be very much into Nollywood, especially especially YouTube Nollywood, to know Peggy. But I'm thinking, if you know her husband, you will know her, right? Because naturally, you would know that Frederick is married to somebody. But I kind of gave him side eye, like, Taye, are you sure you just want to kind of belittle her because you're not on good terms? But he said he never heard of Peggy before. That was the first time hearing of her. And they had conversations about being on 2 projects, right? But we'll actually be focusing on the one that they had an issue on, which is called Pieces of Love, which was meant to be filmed between 7th of November and 11th of November. Taye alleges that on the very first set of the first film, although they finished that film and they've completed the project, he did say that he felt like Peggy was very inconsiderate and insensitive. He happened to be ill around that time, and he felt like Peggy would make a lot of comments about him being slow, him dragging his feet, and just lack of empathy and lack of consideration for someone that is ill, right? He said he didn't feel like he could control being unwell, but he also had to complete the project, and she just did not handle him with care at all. Anyway, the clash happened on November 12th, 2025, on the set of the second project, which is called Pieces of Love, right? Now, I watched those live streams the day it happened. And one of my friends sent it to me, and I joined the live stream. I also saw it on X, and then I went to join the live stream. So I caught most of the live stream at the time. Currently, the live streams are on his page. So they are out there for the public to actually watch. I have bits of the live stream. Now, the live stream, there's a lot of, bodily fluids and stuff. So I had to avoid those sort of videos and all. But I'm going to play a few, just couple minutes, so you can get the gist of what is happening pretty much. And then we would dissect and get into it really. So this is the first one. And then we also have the CCTV footage as well.
I took it as, okay, you know what, I'm a trooper. Everyone who's ever worked with me, everyone who's ever worked with me knows I'm a trooper. Everyone knows I'm a trooper. So like nobody can come and say, oh, you know what, Taye is this way. So if I say, okay, you know what, this time I can't do it. We did 2 jobs. The first one, she was very insensitive, very, very insensitive, because there was a morning that I was not feeling well. Obviously one of those days I was not feeling well, and obviously it was a slow morning, she, and next thing she calls me and starts to yell that, oh, am I not considering how much she paid and whatnot for our projects and whatnot, and I'm just like, I don't get to I don't choose whether to be ill or not. If I'm ill, I'm ill. It's because of people like you who always stretch the margin, who always want to use actors past midnight without making sure that there's proper welfare for them. Imagine having to drive all the way to the mainland when I finish, because I'm done from work at 2 a.m. What if something happens to me? What if something happens to me? What if I have an accident on the way? What if boys rob me on the way? And my car is always like, anyone who's entered my car when I'm filming knows, and my car is almost like a wardrobe, because there's clothes, there's gadgets, there's everything inside my car. So guys, this is crazy. I don't even know how to sleep. I can't even sleep. I don't know how to sleep now because because this is such a traumatic and weird experience for me. I've never seen it happen. I've never experienced this in my entire life. For this to actually happen to me just because I want to go sleep. And I don't know, man. Like, everything just happened like a movie. Oh God. If I show you guys my body, don't worry, in the morning, I'm taking pictures. I'm still bleeding. I'm still bleeding from inside this. Deep cups. I see some blood. I rinse my mouth with salt as I see. There's still deep cuts all the way in. Oh my God, guys, I'm tired and I don't know how to sleep. I'm seeing some of you. Thank you guys. I'm seeing some of you saying, oh, go and sleep. I don't even know how to sleep because this is such a weird experience. Okay, we've finished everything. I'm like, okay, you know what? You've listened to my tire. I'm walking. I ordered an Uber. I'm walking towards the Uber, and next thing, Peggy's driver runs up to me and then gives me a dirty slap at the back of my head. How did we get here? For real. How did we get to this point? How? I don't know if you guys can still see like the blood marks and whatnot on my mouth. So yeah, people are tagging NM. NM called me already. She did actually, she was also involved in getting help. Ibisa did help me out as well. We all came through. Lola Day came through as well. So for now, guys, I don't know how to sleep, but for now, let me just get off live and go and I'm just get off life and go and, I don't know, think about my life or something or whatever. You know. Oh God, yeah, my face is swollen. Yes, it is. 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 If you guys watch all the live, you will see. You know, you. Please don't put my things inside there. I say I want to go home. They don't want me to go home. Guys, look at this. Can you guys see?
So say a man like you beat him up, he's bleeding in his ears. Tell them that like, that's what you did to him.
I'm trying to enter my Uber. Just so I leave all of this out of that. And this woman and her people are busy doing the most. You know, that's her over there. That's her over there. And her people.
What I think of you? You beat the guy up, he's bleeding from his ears. You want to show your own mouth. Show how you beat him up too.
I didn't touch your driver, bro.
You didn't touch him. Why is he bleeding in his ears? You're watching. Why is there lie? He didn't beat his driver. He didn't beat the PM. He didn't beat him. How many times you watch me down? Don't do this. Don't do this. Shame on you. Shame on you. That is not good. They are playing yourself. Shame on you.
Let's get my things. I want to open my desk, my thing from the car now, bro.
Uncle Dio, can you help us with your observations?
Abby, this is very, very pathetic because this is supposed to be a professional contract. You had an agreement, you consulted him to come and work for you, and I believe, obviously, both of you must have concluded on the timings and all. If for any reason things didn't work out, there are better ways to resolve it rather than to resolve, to be resulting into violence like this. Because the moment I got pissed off was the moment when that altercation now became physical. To me,
sorry, sir.
According to what I said, I don't know why allegedly Peggy will instruct our driver to come and eat Taye. But based on the video that we just played now, he said after they have lessened his tires, he had ordered an Uber. That means he could not go with his car. They have lessened the tire. They have deflated it. So he now ordered an Uber. When he was walking towards the Uber, the driver came from nowhere and gave him a dirty slap at the back of his head. Come on. Over what? Over what? And I could even hear the voice of Peggy at the background defending or trying to like, oh my God. This is not something that I expected from somebody of her status. One would have expected some decorum. One would have expected some kind of some holding back, at least think that you are a public figure to be found doing things like this. But unfortunately, everything is there on social media. So when you are saying that she's losing her followers, I'm not surprised because nobody will want to associate with somebody like this. Luckily for Taye, he was recording everything. So it's not as if he's making it up. So where do you go from here? That's my take for now.
Thank you, sir. Let me see. Sissy is saying if he said he wants to leave, he can leave. Is he in prison or under arrest? What she did was false imprisonment, blocking him in and preventing him from leaving. Come on. So Rose thinking they are all looking for someone to oppress. I hope actors boycott her. Sis, we're getting into the. That's the thing. Like, I'm not even. I don't even feel like I've even scratched the surface of this thing. I'm so embarrassed. Your auntie. Poor guy. What was the reason for all this though? Just because he hadn't finished filming. It is well. Uncle Ben, are you here? Do you have any observations for us, including observations from Taye's side? Because I observed something, and I am Team Taye, by the way, just for clarity. Is Uncle? I don't know if Uncle Ben is here. If Uncle Ben is not here,
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the now that you're playing the video, I get to see the full picture of what's going on. I think this is really disgraceful. I think Taye should have sued them. Oh shit, we don't even have judiciary in Nigeria.
He
Taye
has,
should
and
have
I'll
sued
get to
them.
that part of the story.
Okay,
He
he should
has.
have sued them because first of all, they were holding him against his will, which we know is completely wrong. If an actor signed a contract to work for you, and along the way something does just don't feel right, and he wants to leave, if he's leaving within the period for which you all agreed to work, then you can involve the law enforcement into the matter, not you ordering your boys to go and ruffle him up. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, Abby. So
Absolutely.
this is so very, very wrong. We have a long way to go in Nigeria. This is why I keep loving abroad. In abroad, everybody knows they are right. That is stupid of that video or what is Peggy or whatever. What if Taye himself is a very, very violent Lagosian and the whole thing went out? Somebody could have lost their life. So listening to Taye now and how he explained everything, I think that Peggy is just, let me just leave her alone, man.
Uncle Ben,
But I think Taye should have
And
sued them.
Natasha in the same group chats. Peggy and Natasha, same group chats.
Honestly, I think Taye is supposed to sue them, sue her for breach of contract, sue her for holding him against his will, because Nigeria really don't know how strong that offense could be.
Absolutely.
You locking people in the house or obstructing their movement, you are not law enforcement, for crying out sake. This is acting. Okay, you are holding him down. Are you going to force him to act?
That's what I don't understand. And they will want his real emotions as well when he's acting. How?
Exactly. This is just bullshit, man. Watching the thing is even they annoy me more and more, self.
On the screen is a CCTV coverage.
Abby, can she try that nonsense with an Igbo guy? I'm not trying to be tribalistic here.
She knows what she's doing.
Igbo guy is even way far away. There are some Yoruba actors you can't try this bullshit with. Can she do that with Oduade?
She sized him up and realized that he's very calm and understanding.
That is the problem.
Because when I recount I'm going to still recount his, for those that did not watch it because they are long. I'm going to recount step by step. You would see why Peggy thought she could do this when I tell the story step by step according to his side of the story.
Right.
You will see why she thought she could get away with this.
Okay, this is just madness. I'm listening, my dear. It's just madness. I don't know. Abby, don't laugh.
No. This comment is so funny, Uncle Ben. This said, it's like Abby wanting to end the show. And Yubi comes to her house and force her to stay online and use people to beat her up. Where is this done? Only in Niger. Sissy, what kind of example is that?
Sissy, I'm suing you. I need to get Misty or D. Somebody need to help me sue Sissy. Which kind of narrative is this now, Sissy? Like I'm forcing Abby, you can't end the show. Continue the show against your will.
That's what it actually is. That's what this woman did.
I beg, I don't feel laugh, Jare. Sissy, leave me alone, I beg.
Zeno said, I heard he showed up late and wanted to leave early. Doesn't excuse. No, Zeno, that's not what happened. I'm coming. For those that didn't get the full gist, I'm going to recount it. But obviously, I want to get it out of the way because, it's getting late and anybody can leave, but doesn't matter. See, I said, I think she believed that he would not fight back. Of course, she sized him up, in my opinion. I don't understand people. I can't believe it. As in, I was watching this thing, it was not making sense. It was not making sense. Like I said, I watched it from the start, and I'm now following the story now that everything's going on. Anyway, that is the CCTV. I put it on the screen because the sound is not necessary, and you can see that car in front. If you can see properly, is
See,
a
Abi, no,
Highlander. Yes, I go
Abi,
ahead. Sir.
so make I just add this. This
Okay,
is
sir.
why I said for you to live in Nigeria, you have to be a madman or a mad woman. Everybody is mad in that country. Forget clothes, forget makeup. Once they remove the mask, they are all moving mad.
Mm.
I beg, no verse, Jare. I just let me put that one in.
No problem, sir. I think with the me breaking down the story is even more ridiculous because I can't play his full lives. The lives is almost over 2 hours. It's not possible. But yeah, see, that car in front is the Toyota Highlander. I think he said his car is the one behind. Look at how they blocked him. The other car is director's car. Please look at how they blocked him. Right? This is Peggy's car in front, the bigger car. It's crazy. Now they at this point they're at the gates. This CCTV is from the gates view, pretty much. Anyway, let me get into the story. Okay, so that's that. Now let me put what's her name? Peggy's side, because let's do that now. We have to be fair, Abby, even if it doesn't make any sense at this point. Where is it? So Peggy says, Taye, you beat up two crew members simply because you felt they had no voice, no social media presence, no one to speak for them. They were only begging you to please complete two short scenes so we could wrap up the night or wrap the night, whatever. Moments later, you went live to record your reaction, leaving out the part where the violence began. No one deserves to be treated that way, especially people who are only doing their jobs. The first frame on the top, it says, this was all you, but you didn't record when you did this to him. You left the phone in your car. So because he's not a star, he deserves your disrespect. So this, I've made this thing black and white because there's BLOOD on it. But basically, he hurts the man's ear. That's basically what it is. And then she goes on to say the next frame. She says, Taye, I generally prefer not to respond publicly to issues, but in this case, it's important to clarify a few things, not from a place of anger, but simply to set the record straight. Taye, you came to set that day around 12 p.m., something you conveniently left out of your version of events. We filmed into the night, and without any prior discussion, you packed your bags and said you were leaving. On this recent production, you closed by 6:30 p.m. on the first day and 7:30 p.m. on the second. Everyone who knows me knows I dislike filming late into the night. I'm always the first to ask the crew to wrap up early because I'm naturally an early sleeper. Everything was fine between us until you got upset that I asked we shoot one quick scene before your behind the scenes video. As the car as the car we were using, behind the scene video, as the car we were using needed to leave. You reacted sharply when I tried to talk to you, so I decided to give you space. From then, I noticed a change in your attitude. Later, when the production manager approached you, I don't know why she's using these earphones. Go safe. I want to explain something, we cannot read it. What kind of font is this? Anyway, from then, I noticed a change in your attitude. Later, when the production manager approached you to appeal for more time, you got physical with him. That was completely unexpected. By the time I came outside, you were struggling over the car keys. I tried to intervene and asked you to please calm down and hand me the keys, but you drove off while we were still beside the car. This man can lie because we watched that part though. She can lie. Moments later, I discovered my driver was bleeding from the ear after being hit multiple times. I was shocked. I drove to the gate to prevent things from escalating further. When the production manager approached you to appeal for more time, you got physical with him. You had punched the production manager 3 times and he was on the floor before the driver came out. That was completely unexpected. By the time I came outside, you were struggling over the car keys. I tried to intervene and asked you to please calm down and hand me the keys. You're repeating the same thing, Abby. Anyway, whatever. Peggy, you're a dirty liar. That's all I'm going to say. Mama 5, good night, sis. Have a good night. This woman is a liar. Do you know that part that she said? We saw it on the live stream. This woman can lie. I wish I could play that live stream, but I can't. Anyway, so we've seen the CCTV, we've seen the 2 short clips that I cut out, and we've seen Peggy's side of the story. Now, Taye at this point, right? I'm following the story according to how it happened, actually, even if most people know the end, but this is now me following the whatever. So Taye put out a pre-action notice pretty much to Peggy and her crew. Okay, so this is pretty much it. I don't think there's any point in reading it because it's quite a lot to go through. It's actually, I think, 5 pages long. So I'm just going to summarize pretty much what was said. So 1 sec. So as you can see, it's addressed to Miss Peggy Ovire Leonard, and by his lawyers, and the title is "The Man for Public Apology and the Sum of 100 million naira as compensation for the gross violation of the fundamental rights of Mr. TAYE ARIMORO to dignity, personal liberty, and freedom of movement." I'm not going to lie, I think that 100 million is too small, but who am I? That's what. So basically, they summarize what happened and all in the letter. They explain the Constitution, Section 35(1), as amended in 1999. That's the consequences of an action, which is violation of the rights of personal liberty. Another one again, Section 41, violation of rights to freedom of movement. Another one, violation of rights to dignity of the human person, which is Section 34, 1A, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. D is emotional trauma, physical stress, loss of earnings, demands, and then public apology. So she is to publicly apologize and pay 100 million naira. And she's been given 7 days of the date of the receipt of the letter to actually comply to the above demands. So far, we haven't heard anything. However, Peggy herself now decided to counter sue, right? So Peggy decided that, no, there's no way this is happening. Me too. I have a letter for you. So Peggy releases her own letter. Again, I'm just going to put the first page because we're not reading everything anyway. But that is Peggy's own letter. And yes. So Peggy addresses him pretty much addresses her lawyers pretty much because Taye also did ask in his own letter that he does not want to be addressed. So anyway, addresses him, and they said their first point is that the client's allegation was misleading and materially false. Second, the client was not restrained and they are lying pretty much. Thirdly, your client's social media outburst was smokescreen to conceal his conduct. Again, he lied. Allegation of a mob attack, lied. Investigation ongoing. Of course, the police has this. That's what they're saying. And then they're saying that their client is not liable. So Peggy is not liable to any of this breach of fundamental rights, as Taye's Taye's lawyers claim. And then they said that their client reserves all legal rights. So conclusion, no apology, no 100 million. That's pretty much what they said. In Peggy's people said, cool. Anyway, moving on. So the next thing, we're just sitting down. Guess who now decides to insert themselves? Unprovoked. And I will tell you why I think it's unprovoked. Because you have no right to say that you're coming to chook your mouth in matter that does not concern you. Because guess what? Taye is not a member of any of these guilds. So you have to ask, who are they protecting? Are they protecting the whole of the Nigerian film industry, Nollywood, or are they protecting Peggy? Because Taye is not a member of any of the guilds. He's not a member of DGN. He's not a member of NGN. He's not a member of AMP. Why are there even so many guilds? What the heck is this? And apparently, Peggy is the only one that's a member of all of these guilds. So if you're inserting yourself, on what basis when the other person is not, a member of your guild? Anyway, let's look for.
Abby,
Yes, sir.
they are simply gatekeeping. They are
How
doing
much?
gatekeeping. That's what they are doing. They are trying to protect Peggy and not shade whatever, to cover whatever crap she has done. That's it.
It's nonsense, sha, because it no enter. It no enter again. Anyway, on the screen now, you're seeing that is the combination. Both of them, the three of them rather, they came together. And DGN, like I said, I've only heard of AGN before, which is Actors Guild of Nigeria. I mean, I don't even know there's DGN. I don't even know what it stands for. I didn't even bother to check because it's nonsense. And then AMP. Anyway, first of all, these people, as you can see, I know it's quite small, but circled on there, it says Mr. TAYE ARIMORO, which is TAYE as in TAIYE, ARIMORO. That is not his name. He spells his name as, because his name is Taiwo, but he chooses to spell it as TAYE, and it's not Ayimoro, right? We already know that his name is Arimoro. There's a difference. Anyway, so they call everybody's name Mr. Taye, Miss Peggy, Frederick, the Atigogo, the director, which actually, to be fair, Taye never addressed the director anyway, because director was actually trying to liaise with them for the most part. So I don't think that's problem. Production manager, Mr. Joshua, driver, and crew. Anyway, so basically the key findings is that Taye is the primary aggressor. He circulated a false live video, and that his intention was to put damaging reputation against the producer, Miss Peggy Ovire, right? So now they have sanctioned him, and he has to be suspended throughout the whole industry nationwide, and he must give a public apology and correct his statements, right? He must go back and complete the filming. And if he doesn't do this, he must go back to the filming. He must comply with every further instruction given by Peggy. As per Peggy is his grandmother now. Abi is his ancestor. He has to do all of these things. I don't understand. And then now, their whole thing is that if he doesn't do that, he has to do all of these things, but he's still going to be under ban. And obviously, if he doesn't do all of these things, he's going to be expelled permanently. Expelled as per secondary school now. Because I'm not understanding. I'm not asking this kind of thing in my life. Anyway, so that is the DGN, AGN, and AMP stance. DGN is Directors Guild of Nigeria. Okay, thank you, sis. Fair enough. What's AWP? AMP now. AMP, what's that one? Anyway, please, I want to show you the faces because, to be fair, I think that they should be shamed. So these are their faces. These are their faces. This Emeka Rollers. I have personal beef with Emeka Rollers because of what he did with Regina. And it's like, how many times are you going to act a fool? How many times are you going to act a fool? The one in the middle is even a woman. That one is AMP president. And then this one on the left is DGN president, whatever his name is. And so this one on the left is Mr. Uchiagbo. That's Directors Guild of Nigeria, the president. In the middle is Dr. Queen Blessing Edbiesun. That one is president of Association of Movie Producers. Okay, so AMP is Association of Movie Producers. And this one on the right is Emeka Rollers. I can't stand this guy. He's the president of Actors Guild of Nigeria because always acting a fool. Sorry. Anyway, that's where we are at now. They came, they inserted themselves, blah, 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 blah. Uncle Dio, what do you think about what this guild's president did, sir?
Basically, as Okubeno said, they are just coming to like try to mitigate the effect of what Peggy did. However, it's like they came to now pour petrol into the fire. Number one, I don't think they have any right to ban Taye or to stop him from working. Number two, they cannot just come out and make a blatant statement without trying to first and foremost mediate between them. Two people, there's an issue on ground. Instead of you to call the two parties, hear them out first. You just came with your judgment. Bam. Is that the way to work? To me, this is BS. Complete BS, nothing more. And it shows that these people are already bought overs. Why will you just come without even trying to mediate between the two of them and just like say you already passed your judgment? Come on. What is that done? And for your information, there was a lawsuit in process because Taye have sued them, then they too they have countersued until the final hearing of those cases. All these actors give whatever, they have no say in the matter. If the matter has not been in court, then maybe but since the matter is in court, that their letter is null and void.
Also,
That
the
their
police
letter
is
is null and void.
investigating as well. Police is investigating, collecting CCTV camera, CCTV footage from the estates and all. So why not wait for investigation?
I think they just display their ignorance. It's a shame, actually.
That's why I put their faces on blast. I went to go and look for all of them. I went to go and look for this woman in particular. Whatever she's running nonsense because this woman, even the tag that she tagged, she was gonna tag one random girl that her name is Taiwo. Abi Tayo, not even Taye. Just to tell you that they're not even putting their head down to find the right people to tag. Same people that was gonna call this man name that is not his name. Arimoro Abikilokwe. Anyway, that's that anyway. Let me address.
That
Yes,
is Nigeria for you. Abby, that is Nigeria for you. Jungle, anything goes. I won't worry.
it's crazy. I want to wrap this up in under 30 minutes. So let me quickly just say what he says. So Taye goes on to address the DGN, AGN, and AMP in his video. So basically, first of all, to be fair, let me actually 1 second. Sorry. So first things first, right? He corrects the DGN, AGN, and AMP on the right spelling of his name. He tells them his name is TAYE ARIMORO and not TAYE with an I, ARIMORO. He called them out and said that they are very strange, they are very unprofessional. And do you know how terrible you have to be for a disciplinary document to have one person's name, the person you're trying to discipline, he spells their name wrong? Because they will say it's not them now. It's not me. Who are you talking to? Because that's not my name. And I say this all the time. I can't remember. There was something that happened to me where I told them my name is Abby. They were not asking me. I can't remember what it was. I think it was something to do with police or whatever. I said, I don't know what, because that's not my name. My name is that my name? That's not my name. My name is not Abby. So I don't know what is going on. I think it was at uni some time ago when they were trying to ask questions. But anyway, I say this to say that if you're going to talk to somebody, you have to address them, properly, especially when it comes to something that has to do with disciplinary or something that has to do with actual documentation or whatever. You need to call their names. You can't call them their nicknames. You can't call them whatever, because that is not them. Because when I bring paperwork now, when I bring ID, it's not my name. I don't know who this person is. It's very, very simple. Anyway, he says that it shows lack of integrity, lack of seriousness, and just how impartial they are, that they could not even follow due process. How hard is it? Anyway, he called the DGN, AGN, and AMP out and said that what they have done is lie. They have falsely represented what happened, and the accusation is very inaccurate. He says there's no way they could draw to that conclusion after watching his live videos and the CCTV footage, meaning they did not even try. They didn't even try to watch to even get to this conclusion. Anyway, so he goes on to say First of all, this was a 3-part series. He did 3 parts. So the first part was to address actually what happened. The second part was to address the 3 guilds directly, and then the third part was to address his colleagues and us, the fans, and general public. He explained that from day 1 to 3, everything was okay. They did well. Sisi is saying, where are the Maret Misty for legal perspective? And she's saying, not impartial, Abby, they were biased. Yeah, I'm going by so I'm now recounting his whatever. So yeah, I'm saying what he said. Zeno is saying, wait, so all 3 of them, no one has sense. No one, no. Mr. O'Shea is saying Taye is a good actor. I watched the movie. Yes, I love Taye. I like him. Like I said, I've known him since like 2019 from Indani TV. Anyway, so he says from day 1 to 3, everything was okay. Day 4, which was 10th of November, they filmed into the night and wrapped up at 1 a.m. He left and stayed at his friend's house, which was close by. Zeno, you asked this question earlier, so this is the part. He woke up on the 11th morning and sent a message to the production manager, Luke Obayi. I found Luke's Instagram too, but I did not bother. I just said this one, his face was too strong. I said there's no point putting his picture here. His face is too strong for me. I can't. Anyway, he sent a message to the production manager, Luke Obayi, asking for the call time and filming schedule. Luke replied at 9 a.m. saying that he couldn't provide the schedule because his computer was faulty. Taye told Luke, when Peggy arrives, call me because I am only 5 minutes away from the location. Rather than me coming there and waiting around for Peggy, just let me know when she's around. I'm not far away. Luke ends up calling Taye at 10:20 a.m. to say Peggy had arrived. Taye says that he starts to pack up his things, he puts his things in the car, and then he starts to drive there. He said the next time that Luke called him was 10:35 a.m., right? And then Taye says, oh, I'm already at the estate gate. Taye tells us that from the estate gate to the actual house that they were filming, to the actual location, is only 3 minutes drive, right? So he says he gets there literally around 10:39, 10:40 exactly. Remember, Peggy got there at 10:20. It's only 20 minutes difference. I mean, is that a reason for anybody to be angry? I'm just giving that information, just for us to think about it. Taye says he arrives, he gets into costume, he wants to sit down for promotional contents, which was his idea. He already told them, oh, this is my idea. I think it'll be good for me to do this video so we can use it for TikTok and the rest of social media. When you promote content. And they said they loved the idea. He said by the time he sits down, he wanted to use the fact that it was a fresh day. He was still very energetic. He said that Peggy yelled out for his name, for him to come out from where he was sat, for them to film, one of the scenes. Throughout the day, he said he asked Luke Obayi and the continuity officer, Ifoma. He said he kept asking them, where is the filming schedule of the day? They kept refusing to give it to him. My thought process at this point is that maybe they didn't want to give it to him because they knew that as an actor, he can look at the scenes and realize that it's not realistic for us to do this in good time. So maybe that's why they were avoiding giving it to him, because it was too many scenes for a day. That's what I think. Because what's the reason? Give your actor the filming schedule so that you actually know what to expect as well, but they refuse to give it to him for a reason. How can continuity officer and PM not be able to give it to you? Something there, I think something is fishy right there, or something was fishy right there. Although Taye did not say this, these are my own thoughts. Anyway, at some point, he noticed that everybody is dancing, singing, dragging their feet. Music was loud, and he calls Ifoma. He says, Ifoma, what's the delay for? Time is going, no, it's already 7 p.m. And he says to Ifoma, by 10 p.m., me, I'm leaving this place because I have another set to be on at 10 a.m. the next day. I don't live on the island. I live on the mainland. It takes me around, I think they said it was at Orchid, and then I'm guessing it's Orchid, but they were calling Orchid, Orchid Estate, and then they had to drive to somewhere called Agor Palace. That's where it's on the mainland, and it takes around 2 hours to get there at that time of the night. So it was very important to him that he leaves early so that when he gets back home, he can pack, he can remove his dirty clothes and stuff he's used for this set, pack new stuff, right? And then prepare for his 10 a.m. call time, which he had to even drive back to the island for this call time. Anyway, Luke says, okay, no problem. We'll do everything within our power for you to leave at 10 p.m. Anyway, around 10 p.m. now, Taye checks the time. What's going on? No, right? And then he contacts Luke again and says, Luke, listen, I understand how these things happen, but I am not leaving here anything later than midnight. Mind you, 11:59 is when our contract ends, right? It ends at 11:59, but I'm going to leave at midnight. Please, no minutes later. Luke is like, no wahala, bro. And then they film the last 3 scenes that Luke let him know was left over. And he's there, he's sleepy, he's tired, but he comes through. Like he said in one of the videos that I played, he's a trooper. He's there to just be a team player. Guys, let's get this. He understands the system and just wants to get stuff done. Anyway, it's now around midnight. They finished the 3 scenes, which it was apparently was done upstairs in the bedroom of his character, right? They do that, and then let me remove these people's faces from my screen. Is they're annoying me? Sorry. Yes. So he said now he packs up his things, he goes to his waiting room, he packs up his things, he's thinking, you know what? It's time for me to leave now. Time has gone. And this time is 11:56 p.m. He's walking downstairs now and he hears people scream, you people should go and prepare for the last 2 scenes. So he's like, huh? Which last scenes again? He says, anyway, it does not concern him because nobody has come to talk to him at this point. So he's thinking that he's not going to be in those scenes, right? Because if he was going to be in those scenes, people would have come to him to speak to him at this point, whether Peggy or even Luke himself or even Informa would have come to speak to him. Mr. O'Shea is saying, I don't think they hired any evidence from Taye before coming up with that letter. I don't even know. I think they did though. The live streams were up. They did not watch it. Mr. O'Shea is saying because the account of Taye about the start of the altercation is totally different from the account on letter. Mr. O'Shea, if you go to his page, everything is still up. There's no way anybody that is normal can come up with these things. As in, they did not even try. Everything is there. Taye was that's the best thing that happened to him is that he was actually able to get all of this on camera. Anyway, so he starts to walk out of the house because he's thinking to himself, there's no way this one concerns, because if it concerned me, you guys would have come to speak to me about it. So he walks out, and as soon as he walks out now, at this point, obviously it's past midnight, right? Tell me why they said, he said, Luke started to run towards him. So naturally, he's like, okay, let me wait and hear what Luke has to say. He says in his head, he knows what Luke is coming to do, now. He knows that Luke is coming to persuade him to spend some more time, but he wasn't going to do it. But he just let him listen to him. So obviously, because Luke was running to get his attention, he left the door of his car ajar, right? He left it to attend to Luke. And then Luke said, please, can we just do this, scenes, blah, blah, blah. Taye says, no, there's no way. I am very tired. I am very sleepy. The last scenes that we just did, I did it with sleepy eyes. He explained again, I have to drive from Orchid Estates to Agor Palace. It's over 2 hours. It's night. You guys know Nigeria is unsafe. I'm sleepy if I sleep on the steering wheel. Isha explains to him, and he thinks that he said what he has said, and then he turns around and tries to enter his car. The next thing, Luke holds his car door and says, no, he can't leave. That if he's going to have to leave, he has to go back inside and talk to Peggy. Now, Taye is saying that he had passed Peggy during the filming. And this is why I was saying that I wanted Uncle Ben. I like that Uncle Dayo is here, because I really want us to really get into this where if somebody passed producer and they don't talk to producer, not even good nights, that means there was an issue before. Uncle Dayo, what do you think? You cannot walk past your producer and not say, okay, Peggy, good night now.
I agree with you completely.
Not say good night. So there's something that Taye even is missing. I'm on Taye's side though, because there's no justification for this nonsense. But why would you not say good night to your producer? Producer don't say good night to you. You walk past and you're going home. Not like you're just going to drop things in your car. You are going home. Something happened that we do not know about. Whether it's maybe from the crew, maybe they were not friendly, they were already whatever. But something happened for there to be that kind of energy where you're leaving sets without saying good night.
I think you're missing something, Abby. Now, before he left at that 11:59, I think there was a time that he said around that kind 10, he wanted to leave around that kind 10. They begged him to still continue.
I said that already. Instead of
And he gave them extra time again. He continued
yeah,
working. But these people, they were busy doing a lot of things to
dancing,
steal away the
singing.
time. Yes.
Yes.
So instead of them to focus on the job, they were busy doing some other things. And he told them that once it is 11:59, he's going to leave. That they
Mm.
should let them wrap these things up. None of them responded. Then when it was time for him to leave, he left. So that's why he could not even talk to Peggy because they knew already. He had told them not once, not twice that he's leaving at that time. So why will he even tell him? Why will he tell her anything?
No, Kudayo,
So
that's
I
not what
think
I'm
that's
saying. No. Let me explain what I'm saying. So even if Peggy comes to you and says, Taye, please now stay, or Peggy's crew comes to you and say, Taye, stay, you've agreed to stay, no tension. They've convinced you, right? They've managed to convince you successfully and you have stayed. Will you not say good night? Do you understand?
of course he
Or
would.
are you
Of
saying
course
that
he
he
would.
was already angry that he even had to give them those 2 hours because he did not need to give them, but his contract finishes at 11:59. So he felt like, let me just give it now because he's within the contract. But my question now is that what would have happened that would cause such a tension that you would not even say, "Oh, now good night, oh." Even if it's not even a special good night, I buy sis, good night. It doesn't have to be special hug. Even if it's not good night, oh.
Exactly.
So there was
Definitely there was
something
something.
that happened.
Something happened actually. Something
You
happened.
understand? But we don't have that account. Because
No, we don't.
if people convince you successfully to stay, then there's no tension. The only thing is maybe slight annoyance that you even made me stay. Slight annoyance. But that slight annoyance should not be enough for you to not say, Una, good night. Nobody is saying you have to go and hug Peggy and say, thanks so much, best producer. But even Una, good night and walking out. But no, he passed Peggy. They made eye contact, but he went to his car. And then Peggy now sent Luke to go and stop him. And then Luke was now holding his door. They started struggling for the door. This whole time they are struggling now. Guess what? Luke struggled for the door to the point where he broke the door. Luke ended up breaking this guy's door. And then he now realized that as this thing was happening, Peggy's driver arrived with the car. So he realized that it was planned. Uncle Dio, my question to you, Uncle Dio and Uncle Ben, what happened in the house that they would plan that kind of thing? That they not plan where Luke was holding him hostage so that they could buy time, right? So they could buy time for the driver to bring the car to block him. What happened in the house that caused them to premeditate that?
That's a big question because none of us was there. We were not there in the house with them. But what I could just deduce from this situation is that something brewed up during the shoot
Okay.
that made them to have that plan B option plan, which they now executed because they knew that obviously they must have effort, and this guy is going to take this action. So for them not to be on the losing end, they already anticipated what he will do, and then they already planned what they're going to do also. So I think whatever happened during the course of production, maybe they know that they wasted so much time due to whatever they were doing, and this guy has been consistently telling them that he's going to leave by. So see, this thing is a give and take something. I'm working for you, and we have a contract, and I told you that okay, I have to leave so time. But due to one thing or the other, me on my part, I could not keep up with your time again. I seem to be dragging behind, and then I know that you're surely going to leave. The only safest thing I can do is to try to put a plan in place that will not allow you to leave. If I can stop you from leaving, at least if you are going to stay over the night, I can have my way with you. That's just the whole setup.
Uncle Dayo, as opposed to, hey, Taye, my guy, they beg you. You know what it means to be a producer in this industry. I've already paid for this place. We miss tonight. As opposed to that, Uncle Dayo. You hold him instead
Of
of
course, Peggy this thing is simple. I think it was his Sister Rose that said something on the comments. Somebody said that she never sees him as
as
an
her
equal,
equal.
or yes. So she sees him to be somebody below her. So she does not even regard him. Then I think Sister Rose also said that somebody that came to the shoot to come and shout out his name, come out and come and do this shooting now.
Mm.
To me, if I want to believe something must have happened between them
It
during the
was
course of the
already
shooting.
funny energy. Yeah.
It was already from the morning that she came and she had to shout his name, force him to come out and start the work. Something's
Mm.
off.
They were already
Whatever it
just,
is, we don't know.
yeah. Okay, so okay, now you say is because from the beginning Peggy didn't acknowledge him, also shouted his name to come for the shoots, which he already explained in the video. So she doesn't have to tell. So he doesn't have to tell. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that even from then, what was it? Because the reason what you're not understanding is that there was a time when he was saying, "How did we get here?" He did not literally say that. Wait, the energy throughout was weird. I don't even what I'm saying makes sense because it's one thing now for you to say someone shouted your name. Oh, I don't like that. But you don't like it doesn't mean that you took offense, or did you think it was weird but not all the way weird? I don't know how to explain what I'm saying, but I feel like there was something more. That's what I'm saying, that if you're very close friends with, let's say, Bimbo now was the one that was the producer and they're close friends, right? They will go there. 'Cause I even saw Bimbo supporting, he will go there and say, or even Daniel Etimefion was in his comment section. Ah, Daniel, my guy, good night, man, great production, good work. That is someone that is you're friendly with. Now, someone that you're not exactly friendly with, but it did not go so badly, but it went okay. You will not even say, "Oh, now good night," to I don't they go. That's what I'm saying. The director that he's claiming that the director did not really do anything besides trying to liaise with them. He did not tell the director good night. That's what I'm saying. That something more could have happened, or they just I don't know. Sister Rose is saying it was a hostile environment, and that is fair. Maybe it was a hostile environment. It's just like, this is a very terrible whatever. But it seems as though there was something more because that's the beginning of the violent outburst. Luke was totally wrong to stop Ty from driving away. Since Peggy doesn't accord him, it's possible that he just felt like, you know what, Peggy, you have not treated him like an equal. You think you're bigger than me. Maybe even from her energy. Some people are like that, so I'm not even going to accord you more respect, which makes sense because remember that he said to Luke. Luke told him, right? This guy saying, I watch the live streams and both sides other narrative than that Taye. Yeah, I watched Taye, I watched Peggy, I watched Luke. I found Luke's Instagram. Yes, I found Luke's Instagram. I watched Luke's home. Luke's account did not match Peggy. That's how I know they're lying, right? I know they're lying. Either way, the aggressor is clear. But I just feel like something is being missed. I feel like there's an energy of them not getting along. So when you don't already like somebody, things will easily escalate. Do you understand? Because even this thing that Taye is saying, if he was a colleague that he liked, would he go back in to talk to them? I think he would. Uncle Dai, what do you think? I think he would have.
Definitely, definitely, he would have
I think he would have gone back to
because
say,
to
"Oh,
me,
people is calling me. Okay, I'm coming. Let me put this in the car." I think he would have.
of course, definitely, something's off, as we said,
Yeah.
something's definitely off. But I don't know whether I can get to that, because except Taye come back again to really shed more light on that, I don't think we can really figure it out
Absolutely.
for what we have got so far.
Mm.
I
I
don't think we
even
can.
watched Luke. Uncle Ben, are you here? Do you have anything to add to our angle? And by the way, just for the purpose of this show, I'm actually Team Taye, but I just thought I just think it's important to keep balance and just talk about it across the board. I don't think Uncle Ben is here. Anyway, so he refuses, and then as you can see on the screen, that is his door. He kept dragging the door with him, dragging the door until he dragged as you can see, until he broke the door, right? Anyway, at this point now, he's not understanding what is going on. He's so confused. And then all of a sudden, Taye wants to drive. He manages to get in the car again and wants to drive off. That's when he now sees Peggy's driver coming and then blocks his way, as the CCTV camera showed earlier. And he's just here like, what the hell is going on? This guy is confused, right? And then the next thing he starts saying to them, leave the way. This is saying Ty was belittled throughout the production of Ulysses, but yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's fair, but I don't know if it's enough to not say good night and to just walk off, even if they were aware. That's what I'm saying. It seems like something more happened, or he himself decided that I'm no longer going to be pleasant. And then if that's the case, then it's also fair to assume that regardless of the case, he's saying that if they spoke to him a particular way, I don't think that that's fair. That means that because you decide not to be pleasant anymore or to be a team player anymore because you're annoyed, which is valid, you can't now come and say in the same breath that if they had spoken to me a certain way, I would have agreed, or things would not have escalated. But you were already, Uncle Dad, do you understand what I'm trying to say? You were already acting funny.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
I do.
already, yeah. No, you're saying, come on, Abby, that's enough to start tension. Is enough to start tension, but not enough to not say una good night. It's a work environment at the end of the day. I don't always like my colleagues, but I'm going to say bye. Bye, guys. Do you understand? But there's people that I really, really like that I'm going to hug. The people that I really, really like, we're going to walk to the train station together. The people that I like, we're going to go to get lunch together. But there's others where I owe it to them to say good morning and good night. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. That it seems like it wasn't just a case of, I don't like how you're treating me. There's tension. It was like something happened. He also deliberately was like, I'm done with this crap. And then if you have
Exactly.
that
Now,
energy, you can now say that if they came to you a certain way, you would have acted differently. No, you already have that energy too, and it's fair. I'm just trying to keep a balanced view here. It's a show. I'm Team Taye anyway. So, Uncle Dio,
I
sorry, go
get
on.
you. Now, the thing is that if you notice something, this car door that you are showing on your screen now,
Yeah.
somebody took that picture, and that person is not Taye. He must have given his phone to somebody, maybe to one of the crew members that were there to shoot. And because I could see his hand inside the car trying to open up where the thing was broken.
Mm.
Do you get my point now? So
Yeah.
definitely that means some people are there that are still neutral or that are still sympathetic towards
Uncle
Taye's
Dio,
case.
actually, I think it was taken in the morning for evidence purposes. Can you see that it's now bright?
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
I think he just took it later just to have evidence because, like he said, he has pictures of everything. I have pictures of the X-ray and everything, but I didn't want to put it here because it might be too sensitive for YouTube, and I don't want any issues for the channel. But I think all of these things were taken later on for evidence purposes, just for him to, because this picture was attached to the lawsuit.
okay.
It was attached. I think they took it later just for evidence for the public and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, Ty realizes that he can't drive off because now Peggy's driver has come to the front and blocked him, right? And then he's trying to liaise with the guy saying, Oga, you need to leave, right? You need to leave. I can't remember what this guy's name. This guy's name is something Amadu. Joshua Amadu. That's the thing. His name is Joshua Amadu. So he's trying to say, Joshua, you need to move. I need to leave. He's not saying that his madam said you should block him. And he's like, your madam cannot say you should block me. This is wrong. What you're doing is not right. You need to move. And quite frankly, in Joshua's defense, we know how it is with Oga, madam, madam, I don't know the word. We know how it is with employer-employee relationship in Nigeria, especially domestic staff. So I can imagine that he had to obey his madam's instruction. I don't think he had the choice in that. Let's just establish that. He did not have to do a lot of the other things he did. But that one of go and block it, I don't know if he could have said no. Based off of us being Nigerian here, let's be honest about that. Uncle Dayo Abi.
Yes, so
Mm-hmm. Oh, Uncle Dayo, I don't know Uncle Dayo disappeared, so okay. Anyway, since M. Jones is saying, I believe him asking for the schedule and not getting it and then partying led to Taye's frustration. Yeah, possibly. All of these things are valid. I'm just trying to keep that balance where, like I said, I have colleagues that might not be my best friend or friends, but I'm going to still say good morning and good night because that's what happens in the work environment. But I have colleagues that I'm closer to where we go out for lunch together, we do other things together, or even meet outside of work. Do you understand what I mean? So I don't know because if in one breath you're saying that you were frustrated, and another breath you're saying that, if they approached me a certain way, if they came back to me to beg, if Peggy spoke to me, I would have considered. Would you have considered that you walked past Peggy? Do you understand? So that's kind of just, again, these are just thought processes, not exactly. I'm not saying that anything I'm saying is set in stone. Either way, I actually am on Taye's side, but this is a show. I'm not talking to my friends. Anyway, so Taye starts to shout at Joshua Amadu, the driver, saying, you need to leave the front of my car. I want to go, whatever the case is, I must go home tonight, blah 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 blah. And then as this is happening, you know, two other guys come out. One's named GB and the other one Sarichi. They come out, and at this point now, the only thing that Taye is thinking of is fear. He's afraid that more people are coming out that are not on my side, that are from Peggy's camp, and that's when he now starts recording. So that's when he brings out his phone and goes on Instagram live. At this point, he's not even thinking about evidence or anything because he does not realize how badly things will get. He's just thinking about it as, I need to be safe because I don't know who these people are and I don't know whose side they are on. So he goes on live stream now, and as soon as they see that he's live, they actually calm down and start to persuade him rather than actually be mad at him and shout at him. Mind you, before he went live, they were actually being a nuisance. So, they were causing a scene. Anyway, so he said, to be fair, he said that, so sorry, when his live stream came on, they were calm, they were acting, whatever, and they were acting like they were trying to persuade him. Meanwhile, they were aggressive prior to him being live. Later on as well, he did say, to be fair, he was slightly late, but he was also waiting for Peggy. He actually admitted that. And he said it's not unusual. He was not ridiculously late because, again, he's working late into the night and all of that stuff. So it's not the worst thing in the world because he was not ridiculous. Anyway, eventually, he walks towards the driver. Have you ever been in an environment that all you want to do is leave? I have, and it's not friendly. Even if you have one or two neutral person, you just have one shot to breathe. See, it is what it is. If I say this all the time, even with aggression, you can be defending yourself and still go to jail for defending yourself just because of how you handled it, because you could have done something else. You could have disarmed the person instead, but you chose to kill the person. That's the thing about life, is that sometimes things are not balanced. Your emotions don't always mean that is the correct method. That's what I'm saying here. It doesn't mean that it's because, oh, I'm angry, I'm sleepy, I'm frustrated, I've had long days, I've had long nights, does not equate to unprofessionalism. Because quite frankly, we're speaking about the unprofessionalism of Peggy and her crew to the point of violence and aggression, which is a whole different level. We're speaking on the professionalism of DGN, AGN, and them lots. But we also have to understand that even you have a little work to do here and there where you're supposed to say good morning and good night. Basic courtesy, regardless, right? I'm just saying. Again, side notes, nothing to do with anything. Doesn't mean that Peggy is not the aggressor. It doesn't mean everybody can make adjustments. Everybody can. Cool. And another thing about adjustments is, I say this all the time about our politicians as well. The same thing we say. If your contracts, and I think that's what he was trying to address in the third part as well, where if your contract says you're filming 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every night, doing a favor of doing it 1 a.m. can be problematic. Because now they expect you to do a favor on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, but your body can only allow you to do favors day 1 and day 2. So people should actually really, Uncle Dad, do you understand what I'm trying to say? People should actually do what they're supposed to do. If your contract says 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. per day, you better stick to it, though. Because now you're going to go and do favor. He said it's now day 2 and day 3. They filmed it to 1 a.m. Now they think it's normal. They think it's normal for you to film until 1 a.m. These are the issues with Nigeria.
And I even think there is a fault with that production plan.
Yeah.
And the fault is quite obvious, because if you as production manager, you don't have your kind of outline production shoot for the day ready.
Yeah. Your
You
schedule.
expect, come on, when there is no schedule, that means everything is just off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing?
You can't stay on time if you don't know your schedule.
Time.
1 a.m. to 1
Exactly.
p.m. to 2 p.m. Do you understand?
Exactly.
You can't.
I'm sorry to say, it's the same problem we've always had in Nigeria. We don't keep to schedule. We are habitual latecomers. We do things differently. We don't follow paper. We don't follow instruction.
It is what it is. I just wanted to add that real quick.
Okay, sir. I'm trying to rush through this, whatever. So anyway, so Peggy's car driver blocks him now. He's angry. And then now he manages to get the key off this guy, Joshua Amadu is the driver's name. Gets the key, gets into Peggy's car and reverses so that the car is out of his way. While he's doing this now, Peggy comes in, puts her head through the window of the passenger side, and is shouting, which we saw in his live stream, Taye, don't spoil my car. Oh. Taye, this. Oh. Taye, oh. You are alive. You want to trend. You are this. You are that. You want to trend. You like drama. Don't worry. I will show you. That's what Peggy is doing now, according to Taye. I was not there. Oh. That's what Taye said. That she's now trying to get the key off him. Taye even explained it as LASMA. You know when LASMA drivers are trying to collect your key from you. That's how I explained that. That's what Peggy, that Peggy was basically saying that Peggy was acting like an Agbero. Like I said, Natasha and Peggy, they're in the same group chats. Anyway, she does that now. And then by the time he gets back to his car, guess what? Peggy herself, not the driver this time, reverses back to block him again. And then Taye is like, what the hell is going on? I need to go home. Anyway, eventually he's like, okay, what can I do? Taye decides that, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the estate gates because at least there's security there and maybe I can get people to understand me and I can get people to actually be on my side because surely they don't want us to continue to constitute a nuisance in their estate as well or on their estate grounds. That's how Taye goes to the things he's going to go to the gates. Guess what? He realizes that he can reverse and go back around towards the gate, but that's the longer route. But Peggy and them lost, they're on the other side, the front side. So that is a shorter route to the gates. He says that obviously they realize he's doing this. And by the time he does that, Peggy and her crew get to the gates before him. Of course, that is a disadvantage because it means that they would tell their story to the estate CSO. And there was also a mobile police at the gate as well. He gets there, he tries to explain what is going on. And then the CSO, they're even saying to him, oh, you're blocking the way. And then he's like, no, Peggy is the one blocking the way. This is the gate. This is the back. I'm trying to leave. Do you know that between the interrogation, them asking him questions and going back to Peggy, they go back to Peggy and he does not know the story that Peggy tells them. They come back with so much vim, so much venom, banging on his window, banging on his door, saying, you know what? Go back to the house to continue what they asked you to do. Go back to the house to film. Now, at this point, they realize that he's live. They didn't know he was live before. They realize he's live, and then they changed their tone. They changed their tune and like, okay, whatever. And then the mobile police, the Mopo, went and wore a face mask, although it was too late because his face is already in the camera. The CSO, seeing that he was being filmed, stepped aside and decided, you know what, I won't get involved. The next thing, Peggy comes out of her car, very angry, and she starts to push Taye. She's pushing Taye on the chest, and apparently they called it a feminine push. What the heck is
Do
a
you
feminine?
do you have the video?
Uncle is within. I don't have that video, but it's within the live stream as well. Like I said, that live stream is, I
Oh,
think,
okay,
is 3 hours, so I wasn't going to bring everything, obviously.
okay, okay. Yeah,
So
no problem.
Peggy starts to push Taye, and they said it's a feminine push, pushing Taye. And me personally, I've never heard feminine push before. Let me read some comments. Dino is saying this is wild. No BS. Gave her take. Who's MBS? Gave her take on this issue and said the same thing. She said she would have handled differently and beg him to stay, not force him. Yeah. Who is that? This will happen nice. She's saying, yep, you're absolutely right, Abby. This still based concept. Say, Abby, let's be practical. The whole thing was a mess up. Ty is the principal person, and such person are mostly formed in almost what you do. I've just said what I've said. She's saying the lines become blurred when they take advantage. The fact he stayed calm throughout the whole situation is a blessing to his character. Oh, in case she blessing Solomon. Do you know what? I'm supposed to understand that that's MBS. Anyway, yeah, I've already said what I've said. Like I said, I'm keeping a balance. Something else happened, however you want to name it. Professional environment also requires you to say good morning, good night, and goodbye. Uncle Ben, do you hear when I was saying that? Do you have anything to add to that actually?
No,
Briefly.
no. Go ahead.
Okay. It requires that Taye was wrong. Two wrongs don't always make it right. You should have said bye bye you. Nobody say he has to give kisses and hugs. But that's goodbye, thanks for production. And go, I don't know. Yes, he's angry and rightfully so, but I think you should have You should have said something and not just walked out. But at the same time, why would they anticipate that he was going to do that and plan to block him and all? Because something happened. I don't know what it is. It doesn't mean it is Taye's fault. Nobody's saying it's Taye's fault, but there's something else that happened before all of these things that happened outside. Inside, for them to calculate. Oh yeah, look, run after him. Look, run after him. Oh yeah, Joshua, go and bring the car. Go and bring the car. What kind of calculation is that? Is that normal human? That's not normal human. There was something that happened. They premeditated it because something happened and they anticipated what he was going to do. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, CSO comes back talking to Taye now and saying, Taye, please turn off your live stream, blah, blah, blah. Taye's like, no, I don't trust anybody. I don't know who has my back here, so I'm not going to do it, right? And he just, whatever. And then the next thing, he decides that, he's going to actually have a conversation with the CSO. And then while he's having conversation, he's hearing the tires. He's hearing that air is coming out. He's looking, right? This time as well, his friend who recommended him for the job, her name, and she's also a colleague in them. She's there now talking to him, and then he's hearing the air come out of the tire, right? Again, if you watch the live stream, you'll see all of these things. Again, the live streams are long and it's 3 parts. You see that he was hearing air, and then realized that, wait, my tires are being punctured or being lessened, right? And then now he's like, what the hell? He stays calm. I have to give it to Taye. Like CR 4081 says, he was calm throughout. Anyway, the next thing now, Taye is like, what the heck? So this whole time, obviously, he's on live stream, right? The live stream is like telling him, oh my God, this is crazy. You need to order an Uber or a Bolt or whatever. So of course he goes ahead and he decides to order a Bolt. Now he's like, I don't even care. Do what you want. I'm going to leave. I'm not leaving in my car. I will walk out of the gates. You can't stop me from walking out. So can you? So in this process now, his Bolt arrives. He's walking towards his Bolt. And the next thing that happens is that he receives a dirty slap. The first video, he said dirty slap, but later on when he was recounting it, he said a punch at the back of his head. And he was dazed to the point where, because we saw it again, it's on the live stream, his headphones moved. These things are on the live stream. Nobody say them, say, I watch you with my eyes. There's so many things I didn't want to bring here because YouTube guidelines. So he hit him on his head and his headphones even shifted and his phone fell. You will see when his phone fell into the Uber. And then he's like, what the hell? And then that was when he now rushed. Obviously, he charged at Joshua. Remember, Joshua Amadu is Peggy's driver. He charged at Joshua like, what the hell? And then they got to the fight. Rightfully so. At this point, of course, he was going to fight back. Like, he's not a mug, is he? He charged back, and then that's how they started punching each other and he beat each other. That's where all of those injuries came from. Director too came to separate. Director fell down. At this point, Taye says he even stops when he sees that they pushed the director down. That he doesn't think he's the one that pushed the director because the director was not close to him. But he stopped and even apologized to the director and said, I'm so sorry, sir. You don't deserve this. Because remember, he did not feel like the director was, party to this. He felt like the director was trying to be neutral and just do his job, right? So he said, you know what, he said to the director, he didn't even name the director throughout this video for a reason. The only reason I know the director's name is because DGN, AGN, and whatever the other last one is mentioned the director's name. That's the only reason I know the director's name. But Taye himself did not mention the director's name because he has no issue with the director. And he said throughout his live stream, I don't want to mention anybody I don't have any issues with. And anytime he mentioned somebody was when they became the aggressor first, even if he had issues with them. Anyway, he stopped. He told, the director sorry and all. Mr. M just is saying, you guys of what happened in between, he fulfilled the contractual obligation, so they should have handled it much differently, unacceptable. Toby and Travis saying, does the driver double as PA's bodyguard? I don't know. That driver is very dedicated. That's what I'm going to say. Very, very dedicated. Handle it much different, unacceptable behavior. I agree, sis. Abby, nothing else happened. You already told them he'll be leaving like twice, and then anyway, so that's basically now what happened. And then at this point now, he's done, and then one of his friends ends up sending her manager to pick him up, right? And then somehow Taye is saying that he sees Peggy while he's waiting and sees the friend's manager. Remember that his phone has fallen into the car. So now he's trying to sort things out. He's trying to sort out the Uber guy, the Bolt guy as well. He wanted to give him the money because he was not using his services anymore. He wanted to give him the money that he was going to charge anyway for wasting his time. So while he was sorting that out, he says that he now looks up and sees Peggy with his phone. Peggy was trying to end the live stream. Mind you, on Instagram, if you end the live stream, you lose it. So you can either discard or save. Sorry, discard or share. You cannot save a live stream from IG, from Instagram Live. So he sees Peggy trying to end his live stream, and then he rushes to snatch the phone off of her and sees that she's trying to delete it. So he's just there praying that she did not delete it, because if he discard, he will have no evidence. Peggy was trying to get rid of evidence. And then immediately he clicks share. And that's why we have all of the live streams that we have on his page now, right? And at this point now, Peggy starts hitting him and slapping him. Can you believe it? Peggy starts hitting him and slapping him when he collects his phone. Anyway, the friend's manager comes now. Taye paid the taxi guy and all, and then he got in his friend's car and he left, and that was it. So at this point now, Taye is requesting full CCTV footage from the estates if they are going to insist that his account is inaccurate. He's also asking Peggy for evidence of him arriving late on set and everything else she alleges, right? So now, I mean, I think the answer is pretty much obvious. I was going to say that I was going to ask um who we think is at fault, but I'm not going to lie. I think that it is obvious who is at fault. I don't even think there's room for any debates. Who is to blame? Is it Taye or is it Peggy? Um Anyway, moving on, Taye goes on to address DGN, AGN, and AMP in the second part of his series. He says they are lying. He says they're incompetent. He says that he's been incorrectly tagged the aggressor. He reiterates that it's impossible to circulate fake live stream video. You cannot save Instagram live stream. You can either share or discard. You cannot falsify a CCTV footage instead. So what is he on about? Or what are the heads of the guild on about? He also points out that they cannot exonerate any crew for their wrongdoings. And the guilds as well, they claim that Peggy acted emotionally and was reactive to the assault on her crew members, right? So he accuses DGN, AGN, and AMP of only going with one side of the story and did not ask for his own accounts of the incident. They did not review his live videos and they did not review the CCTV footage. He finds it baffling that three guilds with three different presidents will take a stance on a matter that doesn't represent the entire picture. The AGN reached out to Taye at some point. They wanted, through his management, they wanted his account on things. And the management is like, he's not mentally fit for this. He's not physically fit. He's currently in hospital. And then later on, they started threatening him that if he did not reach out to them with their account, they were going to do this and that. He said he's not going to put out the threat until the time is right. But later on, DGN actually reaches out through a representative and he thinks, okay, as much as they did not really ask him how he's doing, even if they saw that his jaw was fractured, his face was swollen and he was bleeding, they seemed more reasonable. So he kind of obliged them. But at the same time, that did not do anything. It seemed like all of their interest was, on Peggy. They only cared about Peggy. So he already said to them, I'm not going to be divulging any information because this is now with the police and the appropriate bodies. So I feel like I can only divulge professional information, but nothing criminal at the moment. Anyway, he says again, put out evidence and we'll take it from there. He calls on all of the guilds, the stakeholders, the colleagues, the general public to operate with transparency and accountability so that the industry will grow. The final part, the third part, he addresses all of his colleagues, asks for them to start to think about their industry, start to lend their voices and ask for accountability pretty much. And yeah, demand for things to be done the right way. And then later on, of course, what does he do? Which is, I'm at the end now anyway. I'm at the end. He now puts out what's it called? A letter through his lawyers Interesting. Guess what? Now it's been addressed to Mr. Uchiagwo, the president of Directors Guild of Nigeria, DGN, Emeka Rolas, Dr. Emeka Rolas, Actors Guild of Nigeria, the president, AMB, Dr. Queen Blessing, the President's Association of Movie Producers, that's AMP. And he asked for the title is, sorry, one second. The title there, as you can see, is Demand for Immediate Retraction and Public Apology for the Perpetrated Joint Decision of DGN, ACT, and AGN, and AMP against Mr. Taiwo Arimoro. And also, the first one is failure to correctly identify our clients. They think that that's an insult. Lack of disciplinary jurisdiction and non-members. TAYE is not their member, so why are you sanctioning him? It's not in your place. Thirdly, AGN's disciplinary committee wrote to our clients without jurisdiction. Again, he's not a member, he's not your member, so you cannot be speaking to him, right? DGN misinterpreted the purpose of his engagement with our clients. Our client's position during the meeting with DGN fact-finding committee, which again, like he said, he alleges that they threatened him. Our client is not a member of DGN, AGN, and the AMP. Gross violation of the rights of fair hearing, failure to disclose the evidence relied upon, unlawful interference with our client's career, gross violation of our client's rights to freedom of association. Their demands is that they actually immediately retract, write an apology to the clients, and then dismiss all of this nonsense publicly. If they do not do it within 24 hours, all three guilds would have to pay the sum of 1 billion naira to Mr. Taye. I'm not going to lie, it's been over 24 hours and I've not seen anything from any of the guilds. So I don't know where we're going to go from here. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Now, what I'm going to say as my closing remarks pretty much is that his public reputation prior to this incident appears to have been relatively stable. We've never heard that Taye has done this or that. And if you go through his comment section, his colleagues seem to be standing up, for him. They seem to be standing up with him as well, or standing by his side and standing against Peggy and the all three guilds. So it seems like his character speaks for itself if most of your colleagues can come and stand, for you. And then Peggy, on the other hand, like I said, she has lost about 1 million followers since this incident, from what I noticed with my own eyes, because I've been checking. And yeah, it seems like one of those ones where all of this has kind of brought Taye to limelight. And like I said in the beginning of this live stream, such is life. Sometimes you think you're going through so much and you don't deserve stuff, but it was just, the opportunity for you to actually get further in life. Suzanne just says, regardless of what happened in between, I've read that as well. Abby, nothing else happened. You already told them he was leaving twice. I'm not saying he's right to leave without goodbyes, but I'm saying it's possible to ask that when attention. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. It's possible. I've said that it's possible, and he's within his rights, but that does not make it professional. We're basically saying the same thing. So we try be saying life in NATO is so sad because the job is now spoiled. They will need to reshoot the movie. Diplomacy is important when you have invested your money into something. God bless you, Sistobia and Try, because now I'm not going to lie. Peggy will be very weird. Even that first project that they shot in October that went well. Would Peggy feel like posting it now that she doesn't have a good relationship with him? Would he also pursue for them to not post it as well? Would he pursue that? Do you know what I mean? Would he pursue that as well? Don't post my content on your page. I mean, that's very possible with detention. I don't know. So it's just not worth it in the end. This is concern saying, I'm saying that was Taye's first step of avoiding the whole saga that still happened. He tried to avoid this, but still got first. What I'm saying is that it was what's the word, anticipated. So they kind of premeditated it. For you to premeditate something, it means something else happened. Do you understand? Why did they get the driver to get the car? Why did they, that's what I'm saying. Something else happened because of the premeditation. That's all I'm saying. You're also saying I have been in a case like this and that's why I felt nothing happened. Fair enough. I mean, your opinion. Again, I'm Team Taye regardless. I'm not against Taye, but I think it's important to address every side. Since Natalie saying I agree with you 100%. Who power help? So does that mean she hits her husband too? This is what we're saying. The fans are now saying that it seems that she's aggressive, and if anything is happening in their marriage, Frederick it would be the innocent one. Uncle Dio, please, what are your closing words on this matter?
My closing words are quite simple. I just want to say that let us try to stay out of toxic environments, and let us try to make our work environment to become civil and quite habitable. Because Taye happens to be in a kind of a toxic and work in a very, very bad working environment. That's what really caused all this for him. And from the morning of that day that event occurred, he could have seen the red flags, but he just wanted to complete the job and move on because he was already looking forward for another deal the next day. Unfortunately, all this has to happen. But I want to say something, and that's what you have been saying so far. Every disappointment in our life is for a promotion. Everything that is negative that we thought was bad, God could actually be using it to like elevate us or to promote us or to give us a better standing. Like all these things that happened to Taye now. Look how he has suddenly become famous. His followers have grown and they're still growing. So to me, maybe God allowed this to happen to him so that he can expose him and so that I can promote him. So we should always look inside inside every disappointment there is an appointment. Okay.
Absolutely.
Look at that appointment and forget about the disappointment. That's what I have
Mm,
to say. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you so much. Mind you, as I'm here as well, the followers have increased again. See, I'm telling you, God just said, let me just use this one to give you, free. And listen, I saw from someone, because again, of course, I know a few people in the industry and stuff, and I saw where for some friends are talking about, and they're saying that he's lined up for a couple of things within the next, first quarter of next year. So this has given him attention. You have no idea. Just prepare to be seeing Taye on our screens. Like I said, me, I like Taye. I've liked him since Zindani TV Game On, and I thought he was a good actor. And I just thought he would never really come to this point. But before this saga, Taye had less than 40,000 followers. So I'm to be honest, I want to say I'm happy for him, regardless of this is some sort of trauma he'll probably have for a very long time. I can imagine that every time he comes on set, he'll be nervous for a while. But I hope he takes it in good faith and realizes that first, he has now realized that people love him. He didn't even realize he had this many fans that were just watching him from afar. And he just really sees that he's also about to start a movement in the industry that nobody thought they could start. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Uncle Daya.
Hey,
Thank
Abby,
you. Thank you for having me.
Good night, sir. Yes, Uncle
Abby,
Ben.
let's
Yes,
just wish Uncle Dio happy wedding anniversary. I'm
of
just
course.
Thank
Uncle
you.
Dio. How long have you been in this game, sir?
Ah, you'll be hearing my golden jubilee not quite long. God will help us.
Happy
It's been a
anniversary.
long journey.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Uncle Ben, I was going to message Uncle Dio that I'm not going to lie, Uncle Dio, you're very, very quiet, right? But I realized that he was also quite what's the word? He was responding on this on the school group. So I was like, okay, maybe he's not that quiet. And then that's what I was an anniversary. I was like, Uncle Dio went to Bora Bora without us.
Yeah, Dio went to Bora
Uncle
Bora.
Dio went to Bora Bora
Mhm.
for honeymoon.
I hear you.
I just
So good to see people celebrating milestones in marriage. So, Uncle Dio, you did a
Uncle
fantastic.
Thank
Dio,
you very much.
well
Not
done,
easy.
sir.
Abby, any man that is celebrating 10, 20, 30 years and above wedding anniversary, we're supposed to make that man an ancestor. The man don't try. If the man can manage your gender, it's not easy
How
to
about
manage your gender that
my
long.
auntie? Uncle Ben, let's not start. So let's not end. Let's Uncle Ben. This is that in Uncle Ben. On my show, I act normal. Don't
Okay.
bring it because I almost acted out of character now, Uncle Ben. Don't do that, Uncle Ben. Don't do that. Remember that this show is
Abby,
because
Abby.
Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, how about my auntie? She
I
she's
know.
she has had to put up with Uncle Dio, feeding Uncle
Right?
Dio, giving Uncle Dio one pack. Where do we go from here?
You have
How
to
do you know that I
try.
had only one part?
Tayo did a
You are
better
that
job.
side
It's
one
not
pack.
easy.
You
You
cannot
see
be
what
married
Two
to
Face.
you cannot be
You
married
see
to a
what Two
woman
Face
from
is
Delta
passing
State.
through now. Abby, you see what Two Face is passing through now. Eh?
Oh my
You cannot
God.
be
Tayo,
married to my auntie. Uncle
congratulations,
Dio, you know
sir.
that your wife is my auntie. That's my mom's
I
side.
know, I know, I know, I know. She
I
is.
know that Delta women they can cook. You must
Oh
have
wow.
married to a Delta woman from Delta State.
I
See,
give that
Uncle
to my
Tayo.
wife.
Titi
She's the
said
best.
we
They
need you
can
to
cook.
come with our auntie to come and tell us how far. Make una tell us the secret. How you take
No
do am.
wahala. No wahala. No
Uncle
lepo.
Tayo,
She
no
can
worry.
do
I
that.
know you are a very gentleman, guy. Everybody knows say you dey gentle. Only we don't know whether
Thank
you be
you.
two-faced, whether you gentle for outside
No,
or
I can
inside.
never be two-faced. So I can never be two-faced.
Never.
Shout
I
out to my
cannot be.
lovely sister. Congratulations, sir. And,
Congratulations, Uncle
and
Dio.
thank you for hanging out with
Thank you.
Abby on Recap Central.
Until 1:30 p.m.
Yes,
God
so
bless
Abby
you.
deserves it.
God bless
Abby
you.
deserves it.
For me,
Thank you
Uncle
very much,
Dio,
Abby.
sir. Good
Thank you
night,
for having
sir.
me.
No problem,
Uncle
sir.
Thank you.
D,
Sir.
Yes,
congratulations
sir.
once again. Clock
Thank
it.
you, sir. Paul.
Abby, don't teach us nonsense.
Uncle Ben, please let
Okay.
me leave. Oh, give me your final takes. Was Des? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Dested. Is it Dested? Okay, Dested Bees concepts. Imagine that, Abby, regardless of two-face issues, your gender are lovely. Don't patronize us, please. Don't patronize us. We're always lovely. We're always
Abby, your
lovely.
your gender is
Even
something else.
Natasha.
Your
Natasha is
gen-
lovely. Natasha is lovely in Agbero movement.
Abby,
Everybody has their strengths. That's Natasha's strength. Natasha's strength lies in Agbero.
and you
Agbero
think it's okay for Natasha to be beating my brother, Abby?
is what
Natasha
Two-Face
don't beat
likes.
nonsense for
Uncle
not
Ben,
for
what if
Two-Face.
Two-Face is into BDSM? Have we considered that it's BDSM? He's into BDSM. We're fighting for him. That's why he's coming out to debunk, because he likes BDSM. That's his love language. Have you considered it?
I'm seeing another thing now on Facebook, Abby. If I show you what I'm seeing
Show me,
right now,
Uncle Ben, show me.
Two-Face, oh, who is this lady now?
Boy, what is going on? Uncle Ben, stop scaring me. Let me
Ah,
go on X. Let me go on X. I know it's there.
no, it's not on X. So this one is on Facebook. Oh,
It will be on X. It's not X.
it's not X. So this is Facebook. Oh, I'm
I know
seeing
anything on Facebook is
Two-Face
on
and
X.
one lady picture. Oh. Is this the same Natasha?
Uncle Ben,
Jesus
send it
Christ.
to me. Uncle Ben, I don't know what you're doing. Post it for us now. Add it to the screen.
You want me to add it to the screen?
Uncle Ben, add it. Why are you now giving us half gist? Add it.
Women with aproko. You won't believe my wife is behind me. She want to come and look. She want to look at the aproko.
Post
Babe,
it
what's
for
your
us.
problem? They take aproko do now.
Hey,
Uncle
Uncle
Ben, are
Ben,
you sure?
post it.
They take aproko do women. Make I show now. Waiting I
Sissy
see.
said Facebook is always fake news. Sissy, you know that it's old people that are on Facebook. They always carry funny news.
Let
Uncle
me
Ben,
show
don't be
you what I
angry.
see. Oh, you people should tell me who is this. Oh yeah, babe, come and see what you want to see. Where you they run up and down. Yeah.
Oh, this one is old now. This is old now, Uncle
Is
Ben.
this the same Natasha?
No, it's not Natasha. This is that video. This is
Babe,
picture.
you know who this one be?
I just knew that this Facebook, Uncle Ben. So this is what you put my BP up for.
I'm looking now. Look at the person. You
Let
see,
me look for this
women
thing.
are the one who are going for Two-Face. They are the one making Two-Face life difficult. Who is
That's
this
not what
one now?
happened. That's not what
She's
happened,
grabbing
Uncle
Two-Face
Ben.
behind while Natasha is at the front, and Natasha is holding a bottle. Make her expand and make una see what they see. You see this?
Uncle Ben, you need to know. No.
You see the bottle in Natasha's hand? You see him?
She wants to punch the girl, Abby.
I don't even know what they got going on here. See the girl here. See the girl they grab Two-Face from back. Two-Face, what have you done?
Uncle Ben, I'm
Eh?
coming. Let me find the video of this thing. It will make sense to you. I found it.
What is going on here, to your long? Women will not leave Two-Face alone. Okay, see Natasha now. You see, Natasha, you see the way I told you guys earlier. Is this not wrong? What kind of woman open yash
Just
now?
give me a second. I'll upload the video for you to watch so that you understand these pictures. I don't like this thing about social media and this screenshot they did now. This video was put up to show us that Natasha is controlling and always hovering around Two-Face. I'm about to upload it to my page. I'm just waiting for it to download on my phone and then I'll send it to my laptop.
What
This
is
seed beast concept. I thought we'll be Uncle Ben. Slow down on this gender. Which gender is that? Is it my gender? You're calling this gender the superior gender?
your gender, Abby? Your
Is
gender,
it my
your
gender?
gender
You're
are
calling
being
this
too much.
us that we are superior, the best gender,
Frankly
the
speaking,
better
I've
gender?
never seen any woman grab man like this before. Now, man, I know
Let me
where they
see.
sit down, open leg. The woman go sit down
Uncle
and
Ben,
sit
sorry,
down on top of this thing.
Uncle Ben and Uncle Dayo, can I ask you people a question, please? Don't be angry. Why does Natasha always dress like Haji? Is she a Muslim? She always dresses somehow. Even that video where she was walking, Uncle Ben, that one that you posted, that one that she was walking one kind like that. She was not wearing polo neck kini under suits in Nigeria. This one.
Abby, remember what I said. If
In
they
Nigeria.
dress well, I've
Why is
seen
she
this
wearing?
one
Why is she
before.
dressing like this? Is it not? Yeah, I know. Is it not hot? Why does she dress like this? Like what's going on? And she's always dressed,
Abby,
even nice club. She's wearing that abaya, what they call it.
Abby, I told you, if they dress weird, there is something so weird about their character. It doesn't matter whether man or woman. If they appear somehow out of
She
place,
dresses like a cult member. Her dressing is funny. And she's always wearing black. Always the other one. Remember the other one where she was wearing suits? Always wearing glasses. Sorry, the video is coming. Just give me 1 minute. It's coming to my laptop now. Abby, are those glasses real? Asking for a friend. I don't even know. I've not even looked at her page. But even if they are real, she just looks tacky and cheap. Abby, let me know enter this woman on that level. Let me know enter
Abby,
her. I can't avoid it. Yes.
Abby, all I'm gonna say is please,
Uncle
I'm
Ben,
begging
watch
your
the video,
children.
please. Sorry, let me mute. Sorry, I'm going to mute because of the video, the music.
Okay.
Ignore the sound. You don't need sound anyway. You can't hear
So
what they're
what
saying.
am I looking at here now?
This is the video that they took those screenshots from. So you watch it first. You will see. You will see what's going on. Watch. We even replay it. Watch closely.
Come again. Babe, na proko you they do so. This one where you did wrong when you see video. You
Free my auntie, Uncle Ben. Free my auntie.
Your auntie they do a proko here.
That left, I see that's Mike. You see that's Mike Ozuronye. Mike Ozuronye, Abi Ozuronye. That's Mike. You see, he's hugging them. Mike is an actor in Nollywood. You know. See now, even the girl not even allowed Two-Face talk to him guy Mike. She they look.
He won't allow Two-Face breathe.
Two-Face cannot even talk to his guy. He's OG in industry. Look.
Who is the woman here? Okay, this is the one that opened back, right? Who is this girl?
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know. People know her. I don't know her.
You don't see? Okay, now you see the way the guy hold Two-Face. You see, grab Two-Face for Yash.
See. Natasha cannot even wait. Small, let him take picture with his fans. Please, why is Natasha wearing what she's wearing? Look at what everybody else around her is wearing.
Abby, you and Sister Yinka are the top fashionista here. You, Sister Yinka and Sisi should come and explain to me her dressing sense. What she's wearing here looks like what women they wear go swimming pool underneath.
This is not. I don't even know what she's wearing. She's wearing like a tank top, and then she's wearing like a abaya, Abby, and then she now has scarf. That's what I'm asking. Is she Muslim? Why does she dress like this? This is a night setting where she would have worn nice dress. Nobody's saying she must show skin. She can wear long sleeve bodycon dress or something.
She has this weird dressing sense, very, very weird. Because anytime I see her, she just look weird to me. I don't know why she does that. I don't know.
I don't understand. This you can see. First of all, you're dating a superstar, be married to a superstar. Let's rewatch this video. You're married to a superstar. Dress. I'm not saying you have to show skin like the rest of the ladies, but look at what everybody else is wearing. It's a nighttime event. What is this?
This lady is so strange, man.
I need to find out. I don't even understand.
And the way she hold bottle, na tug, na they hold bottle like that. Street babe, club babe, but then they hold bottle like that. When you see women that grab bottle by the neck, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, when you see women that grab bottle by the neck, run, oh, run.
Shopper Opa is saying Natasha's outfits are always off. Shopper Opa is a personal shopper. So she knows what she's talking about with fashion and stuff. Zemjo is saying she's dressed like she's doing some home chore. I don't even know. I don't even know. Even when she dresses normal. Look at, so this is her Instagram now. Even when she dresses normal, it's always something. This picture now, I don't even understand if it's screenshots.
Zeno is here. Is Zeno coming to defend the agenda?
I don't know what she wants to
I'm just surprised. Have you people not dealt with Benin women before?
Why
They
would we
used to
deal with
claim.
that?
Zeno are not there. You mentioned Benin women. Okay. I don't know.
Let's not generalize, please. On my show, we don't
I'm
do
not
that.
trying to generalize. However, I schooled in Benin. They used to claim that their eye have tear, but not past New Benin Road. That's what you are seeing. In her mind, she's dressing sophisticated. However, she just doesn't know better. That's what's happening here. It's her attempt to be guy, but she doesn't know better. That's what they do.
I don't know. Even this video quality, which phone is she using to film? Because you are meant to be honorable, Two-Face's wife. Something is just off. I don't know how to explain it. Like the way she takes her pictures, it's almost like, you know, when you make a video and then you screenshot, the quality now shrinks. That's how her page is. It's very weird for 2025 and a woman of her age to have this kind of pictures.
You're having too much expectation. That's what's happening to you.
No, it's not possible. 8th September. This picture is not from 2019. Look at this picture. This woman is now early 30s. They said.
Wait, so Abby, why do I have the feeling she started dressing like this when she gets into the house? Maybe she's trying to copy Honorable Natasha. You know, Senator Natasha.
But Senator Natasha she's Muslim.
We know, but maybe she's just trying to copy her. Who knows? She might be a Muslim. After all, Ned Nwoko is a Muslim man.
No, you need to find the video of when she was actually campaigning. She has two opposites. She either dressed like Agbero or she dressed like
it's always something. I don't know. I can't get. It's almost
I don't think she feels like she can dress like her regular self and be accepted in the house because she's an Agbero.
You know, I can think of so many things because this is not about showing skin. It's not about anything. It's about this picture. Why is it so blurry, like a screenshot? What filter is she using?
Abby, this comment from Chin. She said, I think she seems very conservative. All her pictures, she dresses very covered. Maybe because she's a politician. But even though she dress covered, she walks like an Agbiru.
Everything. I left that one. I said normally politicians they put pictures up, they try blah blah blah. Do you understand? Her pictures are also weirdly blurry, as if they are screenshot. Are you seeing my screen very well? It's not translating itself the way it's supposed to translate. I noticed that earlier. Sister Rose and I were talking about it on the backstage. Look at this picture. Why is it so blurry?
Abby, maybe she's using a filter.
The filter is not filtering. She's not on Instagram with the rest of us. She's early 30. She's not 50 years old.
Abby,
I think I've noticed that too.
I'm not expecting too much. Stop saying that she's on Instagram with the rest of us. She's.
I'm telling you that this person's mind.
It's not even about her. If she even gets handler for her page, she will not pay more than 100K.
Don't you have to have the sense to have handler before you have handler? If you think you can do it yourself, you're the best thing since sliced bread.
Look at her makeup. This is 2023. It's not 1999. Something is off with this lady. Look at her frontal. Come on, man.
Yeah, MJ is saying conservative can still be stylish, and I agree with that. Heart Desire said there are too many fishes in the water. Two-Face Cash, electric fish. he shock him. I be no shock him. My brother, he over shock him. I'm so sorry for my brother Two Face now. Eh? I was sharing a story with you guys yesterday, and that kind of made me understood what Two Face is going through to some extent. You see, some men are raised to be decent that they will not put hands on their women. If such man end up marrying to a very aggressive and physically abusive woman, that woman will take a lot of slap and beating finish the man because the man wouldn't want to touch her. Why she would be the one doing all the hitting? What she display on Daddy Freeze's life is disgusting, frankly speaking. I don't like women who don't understand decorum. You know, even if you're gonna do craze, let Two Face get off the life before you start acting up. You are dragging phone with him on live show. On live show. Think about it. So I think I understand what's happening to Two Face, and I bet you if they should go and do body assessment or skin assessment on Two Face, I can bet you're gonna see a lot of mark on his body that this lady might have inflicted on him. Okay, but anyway, since you asked for my last take, Abby, let me just say tomorrow. I may not do political roundtable tomorrow. I really want to dive into this backlash to DF live stream. So if you can join me tomorrow, regular time for our PRT, please join me. I'm gonna do DF backlash. Two Face is my friend. The DF crossed the line with Two Face and Natasha live stream. So that's what we're gonna be exploring tomorrow. Abby, what do you think?
I love this topic because we're not on the same side, so we're gonna fight tomorrow. I love it.
Okudayo, instead of political roundtable, can we do an episode of High Value Man tomorrow?
Uncle Bear, read Sisi's comments.
Sisi na troublemaker. Sisi saying, Abby, are you safe? Is you be keeping you against your will? Sisi, Tori Olorun, Tori Olorun. Sisi, go and sleep. Eh? She said, because you said you're ending almost an hour ago, you be free, Abby.
Sissy, that's why I'm here to help come and protect her.
Why are you people like this? So anyway, Abby, my last take is what I just said now. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do this live. I may not do political roundtable. I think if Uncle Dayo is free, we will explore it together. There is something sinister about that the freezes friendship.
I'll be free. I'll be free. No problem.
Oh, that would be great, sir.
Uncle Ben, I'll be free too. I'll be free too.
Yeah, there's something sinister about that the freeze friendship. And to God who made me, I like that the freeze. I respect him. I respect his ingenuity, smartness, his professional career, and everything. But there are, to be honest with you, people who behave the way that the freezes behave, they are usually the type of friends I would tell people you keep them at arm's length. You just do face-to-face friendship with them. They smile at your face, you smile back to them. You know, when I meet for party, they pop champagne, you pop NSC, whatever you can pop. Just leave it at that. Because I've seen that the freeze done this severally, where he will go live anytime some celebrity are in some really deep shit. He will run like 1 week, 2 week live show on their matter. And he will continue to tell everybody, oh, this person is my friend. Yeah, I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to help him. But I think it's time we dive deep into the nature of friendship you keep with celebrities and how to maintain friendship. I know that the freezer has come back. He run another live show. Is it today again? Immediately I saw that live show when he said, oh, people are blaming me for Two-Face matter. I just said to myself, bros, you just want cash out. You just want to take Two-Face trend and cash out. This is
Good
not
night,
how.
Uncle Daya.
So I'm like, this is not how friendship works. So please join me tomorrow as I explore the 5 core or the 5 lessons you can take away from Daddy Freeze and Two Faces friendship, as well as a man. what would you do if you find yourself in Two-Face Idibia's shoe? How do you come out of this? If you are married to a woman that is giving you bad boost, how would you escape? Because we are looking for ways to rescue Two-Face. So I will give my 2 cents tomorrow. Thank you very much, Abby, for having me. Zeno,
Yeah.
please tell your senior sister Natasha to leave my brother alone.
Uncle Ben, I will never forgive you for that statement.
What I do, Zeno?
How will you call Natasha my senior sister? How can I be related to somebody like that? That's
Are you
not
people not from the same Niger Delta region?
Uncle Ben. Please, please, please. There are levels to
Natasha
this
is
thing,
Edo, you are Delta. Una be the
which is
same thing.
different.
Una
They
get
don't. They don't
energy.
used to. We don't used to add
It's
it when we're
different,
talking about the
please.
Niger Delta. Actually,
Uncle Ben is different. Thank you.
All right, Abby. Thank you for having me.
good night,
Zeno. Good
Uncle
night, Mama.
Ben. See
Good
you
night.
tomorrow.
Uncle
Bye.
Ben, I was praying for you to build mansion earlier. I did not answer me.
You said what? You
I
were
said,
praying for me.
yeah, this when I came into this life, I said, Uncle Ben, don't worry, you build plenty mansion in Jesus.
Amen.
Man.
Amen. Oh my God. There is miracle. These
Sister,
27
Sister
days.
Natasha is saying Senator Natasha is a Christian. Sisi say,
She's not a senator, she's an honorable House of Rep.
I'm not going to lie. This thing that roses for Sisi. I'm not going to lie. One man went to I'm going to block you, sir.
Why will
Because
you block one man?
as you can see, I have been working very hard for the past 3 hours. You gave Sisi.
One man is always after my lovely CC. That's my boss. So one man all the way from
I know
UK.
him.
And
Well
it's
done,
always
sir.
2 pounds.
CC, you
Sorry,
have
let
to
me leave.
appreciate one man. These 2 pounds goes a long way towards Bora Bora. Thank you, Abby. Thank you for having me. Zeno, Mama. Thank you, my dear. You
Sisi
guys,
saying
good
good
night,
topic. I
guys.
couldn't drop my take. Good night, sir.
Good
All that
night.
day. I have a lot to say. Good night, Uncle Ben. Great show, Abby. Thank you, sis. One man went more. Thank you, sir. Where is Abby? So, Sisi, don't cry me. Zero, you have anything to say? I want to close, please.
No, good night.
Good night. See
Great
ya.
show.
Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Zeno know the two talk. Now only to call the me. Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben will have many daughters. Uncle Ben already has daughters, sir. Thank you for your prayer, sir. Uncle Ben is waiting for grandchildren now, moving forward. I'll be Uncle Ben. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for, I don't know, joining me. I don't know what else to say. My conclusion is I just hope that for me, I think that this guy is the thorn in their flesh, all the DGN and AGN and those nonsense. I'm very happy that they've met their match. And yeah, I think that he even mentioned one time that we should go and check his village. We should go to Osun State. They know they don't take nonsense, blah blah blah. So I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy that this has happened in a sense, although unfortunate, but I think it's going to change something. And I'm seeing that I'm also seeing that a lot of his colleagues are also taking a stance as well. So yeah. Anyway, good luck to Taye. I love him and I can't wait to see what he actually has in store. And I'm not going to lie between all of us. Don't say I said anything. No. Don't say that you heard from me. I don't even think Peggy can act. So good riddance. Bye guys. See you later.